It didn't loop. Damn it. Well, I messed it all up, guys. In grand fashion, I had to. It's just it's these mixed race people, man. You're always messing everything up for everybody. Yes. What's up, everybody? Y'all can unmute now. Oh my gosh. What is up? It's good to be back for episode 16 of the 2REAL4FEELS podcast, where we do not give a fuck about your feelings. So that's the usual mantra. We have like a damn good panel today. We have an awesome guest. Love to welcome Eastern Conference Gaming to the 2REAL4FEELS podcast. Bro, how you doing today, man? Did I mute? Can I unmute?
He's muted.
Okay, I muted him. I muted everyone because I'm a jerk. Oh no, I don't think he's here. Oh, great! Yeah, I messed everything up. Oh, no, I'm playing. But anyway, what is up, panel? We got the returning member, KingSink. How's it going, bro?
What's up? Hey, has PETA contacted you about your intro? Cats smoking cigarettes?
You know what? They if they did, I have done things on Twitter in regards to PETA. I remember way back in the day, I literally shot a bunch of animals in Far Cry 4, and then I took a picture of all the dead carcasses all in one area, and then I specifically went out of my way to send it to PETA.
You blamed it on Wolverine, though, right?
I blamed it on myself because I want to be responsible for everything.
Right.
But Oz, what is good with you, bro? How you been?
I'm alive.
Damn. Yes. So are we. And Blake, sir, how are you today?
Doing good. It's cool. Ready to get into the topics.
Yes, sir. Is East, are you here, sir?
Don't worry, I'm not going to terrify everybody.
I appreciate that. Universal monsters are meant for the universal screen, not for here on this podcast.
I mean, if they're willing to fucking baby, I'll take my motherfucking movie check now.
Oh my god!
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That's right.
Are you back with us, sir?
That's classic.
Yeah, you hear me? Everybody hear me?
Yes. How you been, man? It's really good to have you here.
I've been good. It's one of my first ones, so it's good to be here. Good to be here.
That's awesome. The fact that I could have you on, this is one of your first podcasts. This is the raw, uncut Eastern Conference Gaming. Yes, before he went ultra super famous. We'll remember you, sir. When Blake, you brought up this thing where Michael B. Jordan was talking to a girl he went to school with. And she was trying to act like she wasn't a bitch to him when he was in school.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, used to call him corny, and then she happened to interview him.
I seen that. Yeah. That was funny.
That was crazy.
Yes, but we're gonna be nice to you because you're gonna be, who knows, like Michael B. Jordan one day, and I don't want to be the one to be remembered as calling you corny or being the bad ones.
Friday Night Lights Michael B. Jordan or like Creed Michael B. Jordan?
Creed.
Damn.
Yeah, so my skin is thick, so it won't bother me.
That's what's up. No, that's great, man. That's how everyone needs to be for the sake of just getting through life, man. But real quick, what is up, chat? Neozoic's first. He's always here, man. I always appreciate you coming through, Neozoic, and as well as Rocky. How's it going, bro? He's gonna cut loose and he's not gonna hold back. He says that all the time, and he doesn't lie when he says that. So. But, Rezi, what's good? That's my art man, Rezi Senpai. Real good dude. He's doing content now and makes really, really good videos. She's talking about general gaming news. Real good stuff. Yeah. Alex vs. Evil posts a lot of playthroughs. He actually posts them on my Discord. So if you guys have content and you're on my Discord, please definitely post that in the self-promotion, because I go out of my way to make sure that I give people likes that do make content, because I do want to obviously help everybody as much as I possibly can. But yeah, real quick, also I do want to add that I do have a Discord community now, Discord server. So basically we have a good good crew so far. It's fun. We post memes. We do post pet pictures. That's like pretty much my favorite thing to do. It's completely covered with pictures of Ziggy. So it is. If you would like to be a part of that, please consider becoming a channel member. A basic, basic membership gets you in on that, and you can hang out with us. We're gonna do a watch party this Friday for the OG Terminator, so that's gonna be cool. So if you're interested in that, all you'd have to do is say that you're interested in the event.
I'm loving your watch parties.
Yeah, definitely.
Your watch parties is fire.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Discord is one of those things. It's like it has made gaming like being able to like hang out with your friends. It has taken it to a whole new level. It really is. And
yeah. Discord definitely came a long way. I remember it was just used in a business like production standpoint, and like the game they lit it up.
Yeah, it's amazing. It does so much, man. Hypnotic, what's good with you, bro? He said, "What up, people? It's good to see you, man." Hypnotic let me jump on his podcast like 2 weeks ago. It was really fun. Definitely planning to be on there again if you would love to have me. And let's see, we got here Doba Fett always comes through. Episode 16, the show is old enough to drive now. Hell yeah, bro. Of the Sly Crow. Thank you so much for coming through. VG Legends. Page. What is good, VG? Also makes good content, has fun live streams. Really appreciate him. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Hustle and Motivate. He said, Eastern Conference Gaming, what's good, man?
Hustle and Motivate. Let's go, bro.
Hustle and Motivate, man, that's a good dude, man. There are not many built like Hustle and Motivate. And he's been posting his
too.
He's been posting his journey to becoming a fitness man. Yeah. King definitely knows something about that, so if you definitely need any pointers, KingSink definitely would have some for you. But it's so good to be here, guys. So real quick, just want to thank the channel members. I'm Man Rich Swaglord. Thank you so much. Hustle and Motivate. Our Carry, Get This Work. AB Limits. Alex vs. Evil. Butch Luffy. RC Scott. And John Shepard. Thank you, guys. Eyes. If you're gonna be, if you're gonna interrupt me talking about my channel members, fuck off. Jeez, the worst. Anyway, yes. So thank you guys so much for becoming channel members. I really, really appreciate it. It means so much, honestly. But guys, what's everyone been playing? What's everyone been watching? What has piqued y'all's interest as of late?
I'm about to download. I'm trying to download this Wulong so I can play that here soon.
Did the game officially launch, or is it about to?
I think the deluxe edition launched. That launched today. I know Steven mentioned to me that the demo is out. I hadn't had a chance to play it, but he said it's phenomenal. But I have 70% more to go, so hopefully here soon it'll be downloaded and I'll be ready to go.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's a game that seems interesting. I haven't dived into it at all.
I think it'd probably be like Neo, and maybe Souls. I think it's gonna be like Souls in the aspect of like co-op, because with taking out like some of the negative things where you have to be a certain soul level to like match up with people, or certain stipulations that Souls doesn't tell you what you need to have, but it just makes it more streamlined. So that's what.
So is there co-op in it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely co-op. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's a couple of it's like an AI companions too in the game too. So you can play the game single player and have your AI companions. I think you're recruiting a couple of
it's like Dragon's Dogma.
Like yeah, and then they have but like I don't think they're carrying you through the game. So like having multiplayer will help you too in that sense too. So it has best of both.
Hypnotic said, I invited Cassie again and I got ghosted harder than Yamcha when Vegeta stole Bulma.
I was laughing at that when I saw that. That's funny.
Well, just so you know, Hypnotic, every other Saturday, I'm out drinking. It is what it is. Yes.
What are you drinking?
Pretty much anything. It normally go for Captain and Coke or I've learned not to mix my drinks. I learned that one the hard way. I'm just saying. So I typically stick to one thing depending on where we are. But yeah, just so y'all know, Saturdays is one of those things where you're not going to catch me the following Saturday if you manage to catch me this past Saturday. That's how it is. But it's I purposely wasn't avoiding by any means. I would definitely love to be back. And our homie Sire Strike, he said, "What's up? I'm at work, but I'll listen. Appreciate you, man." Sire Strike needs to get his ass. Yes, Black Ice needs to get his ass on the 2REAL4FEELS podcast again. He always has good insight, good opinions. I really appreciate someone like that, obviously. Yes, he is
the whitest white man ever.
Oh my god. Jesus, it's gonna be one of those.
No,
days.
I thought Bigsby was.
No. Never.
Hey, yeah, Hustle and Motivate says shout out to the panel as well. So I know that Sink and Oz were almost late because they were playing Fortnite. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
I did. You're welcome. You missed it.
That's the one thing you can depend on Oz not to do is get you killed.
I meant to ask you what place y'all came in.
Like 6th.
Wow,
yeah.
Top 10.
I think we had like 12 elimination.
I kept them alive. Kind of.
Congratulations, you're reversing box Sink, just so you know.
Oh boy.
East, what you been playing lately, or what you been watching? What's piqued your interest as of late?
Definitely the Wulong. I gotta get into that, right? So that's gonna be one that I'll definitely get my hands into. But I just wrapped up the Hogwarts.
Nice. How did that go overall? How was your experience?
And that experience was a hell of an experience. It was a good one. It's definitely a good game. If you love RPGs, like far as in like if you just like a RPG, if you like a good RPG, in that sense, it's definitely a good RPG. The only thing that kind of like I'm pissed off about the game, like 'cause I was going through the platinum run, and I finished that up last night, was the collectibles. I never. Like, I don't even remember me playing the game that I had over 600 collectibles in it. It was to the point where I was ready to write an email to WB and like to Avalanche and like tell them like, yo, y'all can't do this no more. Like, because it drew me insane trying to like go through this platinum run. But and then getting back to Dead Space, because like Hogwarts kind of like took me for a loop, right? I got into that and just couldn't put it down. I was on it, religiously, and now it's getting back into Dead Space. So those are like the 3 games. As far as in watching movies and stuff like that, like it's The Last of Us, but I'm kind of behind in that, and then the BMF.
Okay, that's up. All right, cool. Oz, what you been playing? What you been watching? What's piqued your interest late?
I've been watching. Oh fuck, the brain fart. Oh fuck.
You want me to skip?
You know go ahead. Come back to me. Pass.
All right, so real quick, I'll just throw in. I've been grinding in Hogwarts Legacy. For 2 days, I was doing side content, like 2 straight days, of playing not just for an hour, like 7 hours. I'll do it with the side content. But I started getting back to like main storyline stuff now, so I'm still making my way through that. Played a little bit of Fortnite. Within 1 day, I watched The Last Dragon and Kung Fu Hustle, and both of them were really, really good.
Last Dragon was fantastic.
I love that movie. I need a physical copy of that. I didn't expect to like. Yes, I did not expect to like that movie as much as I did. Kung Fu Hustle is also really, really good. It's so ridiculous. It feels like a live action anime with Looney Tunes mixed in. Like that's literally what I felt like.
Last Dragon. That's what the brother's in it, right? He's the next Bruce Lee.
Well, so it's like a spoof of like Bruce Lee flicks.
Oh, the anime is fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fucking term is on point.
Yeah. Still going on.
No. It looks like a crackhead and chicken. Look at it.
Like that movie spawned a lot of like different just urban like mix-ups.
But it's good though. It's so good.
Really good. It was really good, man. They killed it. The soundtrack.
In the culture.
I had high expectations because it's Barry Gordy behind it. Barry Gordy, if anyone doesn't know, the mastermind behind Motown. And I do love Motown music. Barry Gordy is highly inspirational for some of my all-time favorite, music. And some really great films. Like there is definitely a lot of there's definitely a handful of Motown flicks that are classics, like Lady Sings the Blues, obviously, this film, The Last Dragon, as well as what's it called? Mahogany. I really enjoyed Mahogany. So there's definitely some good films that they have under their belt as well. Oz, do you know what you've been watching lately? Yeah,
I've been watching Yellowstone.
Nice, yeah.
Halfway through it. Oh, so fucking good. Watch it. Watch it.
I need to get back to it.
What hooked me in was the first 5 minutes. A horse gets shot in the head. It's amazing. I was interested. I'm not going on. Huh?
First episode of the first season.
Yeah, it calls on. The horse's head stuck in a car, and the guy pulls out a revolver and shoots it in the fucking head. Loved it. Like, okay, now I'm interested. Got me. I've been watching it ever since. I love all the characters. It's beautifully written. I'm almost through it. I'm getting ready to watch the prequels.
Yeah. What's up, Birds of Paradise, real quick? You haven't missed much. We're just going through what we played and watched lately, the past couple weeks. So.
I've been finished up on playing. I just did my battle pass in Fortnite. Playing a little bit of Atomic Heart. I don't know about it.
I forgot about that one.
I don't know.
Yeah,
something about the game. It's a beautiful game. Don't get me wrong. There's something about it I'm not running back to. I don't know what it is, but I am very fucking happy. Yeah. I know it's a port. I know it's a fucking port, but I don't care. One of my all-time favorite games of all time is fucking on PlayStation. The Legends of fucking Dragoon.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. The Legends of
Legends Dragoon.
Fucking. And it was broken at first, but they went in and they patched it. They fixed it.
So they did patch it.
Yeah.
I don't get. Listen, I'm hoping. I hope we finally do get a remake. I hope this shows interest that there is.
I've seen a lot of people have been talking about that game. It has stirred a lot of conversation. So hopefully it does.
It was a broken mess at first when it first came out. Like a broken mess, and then they finally patched it. They fixed it. Yeah, it was a pretty bad port, and then they fixed it, and it's perfect now.
Neozoic, real quick, is asking, fun question: movie versus movie, Kung Fu Hustle versus The Last Dragon. I have to go with The Last Dragon.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that, but that's no disrespect to Kung Fu Hustle. That's still a really awesome film in its own right. Definitely some funny ass moments. The landlady was fucking hilarious. So that was very, very entertaining. So Kung Fu Hustle, no disrespect, but I do have to give it to The Last Dragon. Eked it out just a little bit. I think it was the soundtrack that got me. Yo, Blake, you there?
Oh, and I'm still playing Hi-Fi Rush. That gives a 10 out of 10 for me.
Nice.
What
I know you beat it. Now you're running through it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna complete it.
Okay. So you trying to get all the achievements for it, or is
there's a lot of shit? There's a lot of fucking shit in this game. A lot.
Okay.
I got something to add. I forgot to add this. I saw the new Ant-Man and the Wasp. Actually, I enjoyed that. It kind of brought Marvel down a level in terms of over the top galactic like onslaught, like craziness, right? I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I'm actually be pretty intrigued to see where they go.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, that's what's up. Blake, what you been playing? What you been watching? What's piqued your interest as of late?
Well, I also got the Hogwarts, but I haven't been really playing too much of it.
It's still your attention was stolen from what I've heard.
Judgment. Don't judge me. Yes, I've been playing Judgment, and just been getting hooked on it with the story and everything, like the combat. Just enjoying good old Yakuza style gameplay. So that's been taking my attention. And in terms of what I've been watching, I'll say that I did catch some episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, it's old. It's an old show. Yeah, I love that. I love that series. So I was watching that a few days ago, just binge watching it. That's mainly it. I'm waiting for this Resident Evil 4, but we're gonna talk later on about that.
Oh yeah. Real quick, Mo Chocolate, what's good with you? Mo Chocolate wants to be on the panel. So maybe the next live stream you can have.
Let him up.
Chocolate. Mo Chocolate's awesome, man. He's such He's such a fun, chill dude. He's always hype as fuck. Like he definitely gets people like excited, man. Like he's a funny dude. He does like hilarious ass TikToks. Like overall, great guy, man. But next time we definitely got to have Mo Chocolate, and also my homie Rezzy. He wants to be on the pod too. He actually really loves Hi-Fi Rush, so that's what's up, man. He said it's the GOAT and possibly the game of the year, and that's criminal that game hasn't gotten a physical release. I didn't even
really is
that, man. Yeah, that's hopefully it does get a physical release. I think it's deserving, man.
Microsoft can't afford it.
Damn. Well.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Alex vs. Evil says he wants to play like a dragon. Yeah, I know that you've been enjoying it, Sink.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
I wish I could play more of it.
Blake kind of ditched the game for Judgment.
Yeah,
the combat's better in Judgment, okay? It is.
Yeah.
In Lost Judgment,
my God.
it's better.
Yeah. All right, so real quick, Michael Joe said he's been playing Dead Space Remake. That's what's up. I can't really give an answer to this question, Neozoic, because I've only played some Dead Space Remake. I kind of ditched that for Hogwarts, but I'm gonna go back to it. And Atomic Heart, I haven't touched it really, so I can't really give you a genuine answer to that. So,
what was his question?
Dead Space Remake or Atomic Heart?
Dead Space Remake.
Dead Space Remake.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a little bit biased.
No, that's weird though, because they're two different types of games.
It is though. It is.
I guess it's basically like what you feel like playing, like more of this third.
I'm watching Little Pony on Netflix.
Like if you were more of a third person player,
he has a 3-year-old. Don't give him shit. Look, a father that's willing to sit through My Little Pony because they have a 3-year-old. I commend you, sir, because my father would never do some shit like that for me. But then again, I never wanted to watch My Little Pony as a kid. I wanted to watch Barney as a kid, so as a 3-year-old.
Damn.
So,
wish they're trying to bring him back.
They are. That's like horrifying. I'm scared.
Hey, you can actually get these.
But
PSVR 2s, you can order those without any hesitation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
there are no.
They're not like as highly demanded as originally that Sony originally perceived it would be. I think it's something that's gonna pick up with time. Just give it time in the games, man. That's really what it comes down to.
Pavlov.
But Pavlov, I've seen gameplay of that. I've seen Blaze 4K play some of that. It's really fucking cool. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I got that's one of the ones that's making me want to get this thing.
And Onward would be great too.
And then there's another one called the Fire Team Ultra.
You know what would be really great for that? PlayStation Home.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Like they need to have a PlayStation Home, a modern PlayStation.
I know it sounds creepy, but I think that would be cool because like, you could like walk around and like look at shit.
Yeah, like a PlayStation Home. Like, imagine them having like a movie theater in there where everybody come up in there and just sit down and watch a movie together, like, and that'd be broadcast. Because they used to do that, like on PlayStation Home. You used to be able to go up in there and launch games with people that you didn't even know.
Real quick,
like
guys.
you walking around with avatars.
Yep. Real quick, Arthur Stephen Walton says, "Hail the chat. Appreciate you for coming through." Striker says, "My games on Dead Space on stream, Hogwarts, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3." Yeah, he's been like on a rampage with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. He does not. Game. Yeah, he doesn't want to let it go. I believe he's beaten it, and he's just super into it, man. That's what's up. Yeah. Alex Receivable saw my thumbnail. Yes, Kirby's having a lot of fun on Cammy's ass, but we'll get into that later.
Don't you blame him?
Words
Give me 2 cans. Look at those things.
Into Pokemon Unite. That's the stuff, my man. Chocolate says, "Imagine that the next PlayStation Showcase they announced Legend of Dragoon remake by Bluepoint. That'd be a match made in heaven."
Bro, I'll be good. Perfect. I'm good. I'll probably cry like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to see Parasite E before Legend of Dragoon.
Ooh,
Nah, fuck you.
That would be interesting.
That's
Either
fuck
or,
you.
man. Either or.
Parasite Eve was
honestly,
good though.
I firmly believe we passed the golden age of gaming. So just remake all the great games. Just remake them all. Fuck it. I don't care anymore.
I mean, that's what it's fucking looking like. Like it's looking like we just in that type of era. Like,
Yeah.
it's like we getting less of new experience. I mean, I can't even really say because we all getting new shit, man. Like,
Oh, Mo Chocolate was actually he was like a PlayStation tester, and he sent the video of him like being interviewed by PlayStation, and he said his face was on a PlayStation Home shirt from being on the tester.
wow.
That's pretty sick, man. That's pretty awesome. That's definitely an icebreaker
A
conversation.
tester? What do you mean a tester? Wait, so there's the
it was like-
OG home one?
So I'm not too sure in regards to that specifically, but PlayStation had like this little thing that they had. I seen the video of his interview, but it's one of those. I'd have to like actually show it to you so you'd understand. But it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but I'd have to show it to you. Real quick, you guys heard that none of the main three want to go to E3 this year. So not Nintendo, not Xbox, or PlayStation.
I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
yeah,
I have to show you guys this video that I thought was absolutely hilarious. Let me see.
E3 can't catch a break.
Y'all
They
know the
can't-
Mighty Keith?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
This dude
Oh, you
is
talking about
hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny as shit.
I
Yeah, I
didn't see
gotta
that
play
video. I
this
know.
video.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
play
see
it, but
this.
I ain't see that one.
I'll play it real quick.
Mighty
This
Keith.
dude's
Oh,
hilarious.
yes, sir.
This video
We're
is
back
crazy.
and we're better than ever. The public's going to love us. It's going to be glorious. I can see the headlines now. E3, back in business. Can't you smell the roses? Sure. It's going to be kicking the ass to all our haters. Anybody preying on our downfall, you lost. Sir. What, man?
No,
Did you
this
see him on
guy's
the phone?
hilarious, man.
We have a bit of an issue. I think you need to look at this. Grandma, I'm going to have to call you back. This better be important. All right? I better hear your dog got hit by a car or your wife is pregnant. No, sir, she's not pregnant. And speaking of pulling out, Nintendo, Xbox, and Sony have all pulled out of the E3 Expo. What? I'm sorry, sir. The news just got to me. I wish I could have told you earlier. Sir, did you just put on glasses to dramatically take them off? 27 years. I've been doing this expo for 27 years. And now they want to act brand new? Times have changed, sir. These streaming services, they've made it so that companies can kind of just show people whatever they want, whenever they want. They think they can turn their back on me. This is all that guy's fault. That guy who does the video game awards. Let's say Gayoff Keeley. Who? Jayoff Kale. You know him. I'm sorry? Jayoff Kale. One more time. Jayoff Kale. Geoff. No. Nope. Geoff. Gayoff. I don't. No. Geoff.
Geoff.
Absolutely not. Joffrey of Houselanders. Almost positive that's still not it. I don't care what the guy's name is. All right? He has 2 F's in his first name. That's weird. Sir, my name is Jeff. And it has 2 F's. And you're weird. Put Nintendo on the line. They're the ones who started this whole loan shark mess.
Bro.
Talk to me. After all I've helped y'all with. After all the coverage I've gave y'all for decades. You do this to me? You're old news now. Your has-been. Yesterday's trash. You're garbage, you hear me? We don't need you anymore. We can market ourselves.
Yesterday's
Don't you know?
trash.
I will beat your ass. You know what I got coming out this year? Tears of a Kingdom. Sounds like a Jay-Z album. Don't ask me why, it just does. Sony don't mess with you either. We're done. Oh, give me a break. That last state of play was trash. The thing is, they can keep putting out state of plays throughout the year, but there's only one of you. I made y'all, damn it. I provided for generations the summertime Christmas for gamers across the globe. Y'all came to me when you wanted to hear gaming news. Y'all came to me when you wanted to find out when a new game system was dropping. Y'all came to me. And now you want to disrespect me? No. There will be consequences for this. You only provided a stepping stone, nothing more. I got Tears of a Kingdom coming out this year. Sony, they got Final Fantasies out the ass coming out. 16, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, sequel. And Xbox I got Tears of the Kingdom coming out. You can't even run games at 4K 60 FPS. I may not be able to run games properly.
I went right back
You
to
can
the
run it
Tears of the
all
Kingdom.
without me.
Or that's just crazy.
Yeah, so
Xbox. We got something. We got something.
yeah, so that's Mighty Keith. If you don't you don't check out his content, dude.
His
He
production
has a
value
bunch of
is
videos
crazy.
like that. Dude's hilarious. Yeah, I had to play that. Side Strike sent me that video. I'm like, I gotta play this on the pod. That would be funny. But yeah, so yeah, I think at this point E3 is kind of done. I don't think it's relevant
Yeah, it's
anymore.
over.
And some people think that it's a bad thing. In some regard, I guess like the whole meetup aspect of it, that's not really gonna happen anymore. That's definitely negative. But for me, I was tired of watching all these companies show up at E3 to sell us a lie, a hope, and a dream, and just to be the number one most talked about game at the end of the day. That's where, unfortunately, E3 became for me personally. So, the less relevant E3 is, I think could still exist and still be fun. Don't get me wrong, but the less relevant it is, the better, in my personal opinion. So.
And then it's like the point can get across, it's just the point can get across now so easily now.
Yes,
and
definitely.
They charging for them boosts. They getting greedy, so that's what happened. They greed killed that shit.
Yeah, I mean that's typically what happens,
The greed and technology.
Yep. No, I agree with you there. But yeah, that was a video that I really just had to play. We have some news in regards to Hogwarts Legacy. So the last podcast, I was, we didn't have any raw numbers as to how well Hogwarts Legacy did. I was only, discussing generally like how well it's selling in certain areas. Oh wait, hold on. Let me actually get this super chat. I'm sorry about that. But Words of Paradise, thank you so much for the 5, bro. Really appreciate that. He said, yo, have you watched Zeno the Producer's Hogwarts Legacy video? He absolutely killed it. Oh, shit. I have to actually check that out. Thank you for actually bringing that up. I do have to check it out. But thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate that. But yeah, so let me bring this up right here. I just thought it was really cool that to see Hogwarts Legacy do so well. Because personally, from what I played, I think it's a genuinely good game. If you're into RPGs, it's definitely a great one. The performance, the visuals, all of it is damn good, deserving of the success that it has managed to achieve. So,
yeah, that's bonkers. Like that's bonkers that it's so like that.
Oh yeah, hold on.
That's a strong IP though. Like Harry
It
Potter
is.
shit. Harry Potter shit. Like that shit go deep.
Yep, so here it says Hogwarts Legacy sales hit 12 million copies and 850 million in just 2 weeks.
Yep.
And publisher Warner Brothers Games says the game is the biggest launch ever for them. That's awesome, man. I'm thoroughly impressed. A lot of people were wondering if this game was going to, end up outselling Elden Ring. And it has a chance. We don't have the last gen versions or the Switch version yet. There's still a lot of people that want to get their hands on this game that are excited for it, but unfortunately don't have next gen consoles, don't have PC. So hopefully those versions of Hogwarts Legacy will also be decent and acceptable for. I mean, we're talking Switch here. We're talking last gen. So they're good. People are gonna have to deal with downgrades. hopefully it's still acceptable. But based upon what I played with Hogwarts Legacy on next gen on PS5, overall the game is definitely damn good. So glad to see it do this well. I can't wait to see where it ends up.
Hi-Fi Rush just hit 2 million.
Nice. That's what's up, man. That's a small game, and it's also on Game Pass. That's crazy. 2 million despite launching on Game Pass. That's dope. Man.
Yeah, I heard it.
They need to get.
And then you gotta they did this shit in 2 weeks, yo. Like 12 million copies. You got Elden Ring they had 20 million in the year, right? So like let's put this in perspective. Like this is 12 million in 2 weeks, so I think this shit gonna easily topple over.
Yeah,
like 20.
I think so too.
It's gonna easily hit 20. It has too much. It should. It has too much time. Like just by the laws of nature. Like 2 weeks, 12. Like come on.
Well, no, the audience is bigger for Harry Potter or Hogwarts than it is Elden Ring.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
You know,
definitely.
How long's Harry Potter been around? 20
That's
years?
why I said that this thing go back. Yeah, it goes back to our child, like to a lot of people's childhood. Like, and it's crazy because, like, I was a Lord of the Ring guy at that time when when they was fighting for supremacy back then when these movies was out, and I wasn't really a Harry Potter guy. Like I got into it, but like I wasn't really entrenched in the lore like I was with Lord of the Rings. So, but I still respected it and understood like, yo, this thing goes deep, you know, because you understand fantasy lore and all that stuff and how deep that can go, right? So if you build it right, and it was built right.
Yep. Real quick, just want to say what's good with you. I'm in Rich Swag Lord. Iman just had his birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to you. Hope you had a good
birthday,
day.
man.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Definitely
Another year wiser. So definitely, that's the dude right there. Really good guy. And he also said shout out to Eastern Conference Gaming. That's what's up, man. And also,
that's my guy right there. He be doing this thing.
Yep, Iman's a good dude, man. Also, what's good with you, Red Hood? Also another great guy, Twitch streamer, puts into work. He's really fun, chill dude, man. That's the homie right there.
Definitely, Red Hood.
Just like Chris says, I guess he's saying Hogwarts Legacy is a more accessible Elden Ring experience. I mean, yeah, they're two RPGs, you know. So and
hell yeah, like it's it's definitely more approachable. Yep, definitely right. You know, Elden Ring is not approachable for some.
It isn't. No, that's honestly, I'm garbage at Souls games. I was interested in Elden Ring because of the exploration aspect of it, but I'm like, who am I kidding? I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me by like the first boss, and then I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me by every other monster creature in there because I'm the type of person, I'm too aggressive when I play like these games. I don't pick my moment. I'm really like, I'm just dull-headed when it comes to that shit. So I end up getting my ass kicked in pretty much all of these Souls games. But, you know, I'm glad to see Elden Ring is a genuinely good game. Really glad to have seen that do well. And I'm really, really also glad to see Hogwarts Legacy do well because this game was attacked for no acceptable reason at all.
That's out of it, right? That's out of it. They had that type of stuff going on with it too. Like, so that's another thing. It had a lot of things going up against it before the launch of it.
Yep. And honestly, I'm the type of person, I don't really want politics involved in if you buy this game, then you're a bigot. Or if you don't buy this game, then you're a bigot. Why are we having this conversation? Why is this becoming a thing more and more in gaming? I don't want that to be the case. Just play your games. And if you don't want to play your games, play the games, don't play the games, and keep it moving. I don't want outsiders trying to dictate what we can and can't play. Totally unacceptable behavior. And I think, honestly, Hogwarts, it dictates that the gaming community will play what they want to play and don't give a shit what anybody else says. And that's how it should be.
Yeah, but, I feel you on that shit. I don't like that shit either.
Yep. So
it's too much pushed agendas and shit. Everybody trying to push their own agenda.
Yep. And it's supposed to be about the games, man. I want the escapism that we're supposed to get with these experiences. Exactly. Like in modern day, man, technology is so great. You would think that the experience of escapism would be better than ever. To me, it's not. So I'm hoping that we can get back to being able to to be lost in all these worlds and all these experiences and have fun and not have to worry about people telling us what we can and can't play. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, any final thoughts on Hogwarts? I'm still working on it. I will definitely be beating that game. I will not rest until that game is beaten.
Nah, definitely. You got it. You got it.
I think there's too many games back to back, and that game takes a lot of time to get through and really invest in. And I'm having a hard time getting through it.
Yeah.
But I do like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a game that it's like you're going to be doing a lot. It's like it's not a straightforward game. It is an RPG. There is a lot of like busy work. That's a definite. There's a lot of busy work there.
Yeah, I have the same problem too. I don't know what it is. Like,
you also don't want to run through it.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either. You know.
Yeah, like I had that problem, but like see me, I was playing Dead Space, and then I kind of like went into Hogwarts, and I'm a person where like I don't play two big games at one time. Like I like to like really. Yeah, I like to really get into one game and really fulfill my purchase, right? Get my money's worth. So like when I came to Hogwarts, like, and then I realized I backed the map out. This is when I realized how crazy it was. Because I didn't, how you looking at the world map, but like you don't really know. The game don't tell you, yo, zoom out to see the whole world, right? It don't tell you that really off rip. So like that's when I realized like, yo, oh no, I can't go to no other game. I had to really put the time into this shit. So it depends on your patience, man. Like a lot of people who don't got the patience to really sit there and be going through like a campaign, side missions. Then it's not like it's activities, side activities, but it's like it could be side missions too, but it's assignments. So that's what I did like about it, because it really kind of like infused you into like the student element of like going to school and learning to get better at your open world combat gameplay. So like that's what kind of like fueled me too. And then I had a little bit of story elements too that I was interested in, like the Sebastian kid. You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of like had like a good story beat. But like I feel what you're saying. It's a long game. Like, so if you don't like to like really, if you like to like really balance your time, like say if you like to, people like that, like to go like 20 hours into one game and then go to another game, and it's like your cadence is kind of like used to that. So like when you play in a Hogwarts game, it's going past your cadence, and you feeling like you overstayed your welcome sometimes. Sometimes it can get old in retrospect, especially if the game is not the story is not intriguing to you or something like that. But one thing the combat does kind of like keep you going in it, because you want to see yourself get better.
Like the thing is, there's a lot of busy work, but I do feel as though that busy work does pay off. Like I do feel my character is learning all this stuff, is getting better, improved equipment. So in that aspect, at least with the busy work, I do feel rewarded for doing it. So like that to me is important.
It didn't have it had some fetch quests, but it was not like too crazy like Assassin's Creed Odyssey fetch quests. It had it in there, but because this is an open world, and it's going to resemble certain tropes. We have to remember that too. Like, and that's what you do when you sign up for an open world. Like, when you go into those games, you have to understand that they're gonna have activities in there that you ain't gonna give a damn about. You know what I'm saying? And some of that stuff is optional. And then like going through the platinum run, like you can kind of like engage in certain things and really forget about a lot of things in the game, and kind of like have a certain experience that way. Like you don't have to like go through and have a completionist mindset going through the game. But like playing an open world game, sometimes you playing with your peers, you kind of like tend to go into that mindset, like but like sometimes it can, having that mindset and going to an open world and wanting to do everything can kind of like destroy your experience in a sense sometimes, because some of that shit just be bloat and just be filler shit.
Yeah, like I think with that game, I knew it was an RPG game. I just didn't know. Like, I guess what it was is me realizing how big the scope was for that game. You know what I'm saying? For that type of game, because I can play a role playing game, depending on what it is or whatever. Like say that Final Fantasy 16 when it come out. Oh, I'm definitely gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to platinum that game. I'm going to probably platinum.
I recommend everybody at least go for it, please.
So I think I didn't expect it to have that much depth in that, in the Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Okay. That's yeah.
So I think that's
probably too. I'm like, you know what it was?
Well,
I think I got you because it offered a lot of different systems. It was basically backing out system after system after system on you real early in the gameplay. And
not even real early. Like it took its time in introducing all things. But then you realize how intricate this game, like how much more there is to this game. It's not straightforward at all.
It was like after like 6 hours, it was a new mechanic and something else that was going to blow your mind, and now you got to wrap your head around. I'm like, all right, hold on.
Yep.
Like with the room of requirement, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is this we going through here? And I kind of like, I had to really stop myself from, because I was paying too much time. I was playing, like spending too much time, like interior decorating. I'm like, yo, nah, this is not even a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I gotta get the hell out of this room, man.
You know what?
Got that in there, man.
That too, like, you know what? I think I was just taking my time slowly with certain things in the game. And Cass, you even had to tell me, like, you know, just go through this and go through this, you know, to get through here, you know, because, and then when I realized, I don't know who was the first person that said it, like, yeah, the map is big. I'm like, wait, what? What? Yeah. Oh, shit.
So Neozoic here is asking a good question, saying, how do you feel about people's quote-unquote counter-arguments of what about video games that have political elements such as BioShock, the Fallout series, etc.? For me, when it comes to that, I'm perfectly fine with political concepts being explored, as long as there is no political narrative being pushed that is in our world. Like, if you're gonna have like this world and it creates this political idea or this political landscape, and it's this world's fictional political landscape, I'm completely fine with that. That doesn't bother me. Now, if you want to say like, oh well, if say you have the political belief that the world is purple, and you want to push that political belief in this video game, and it's like a hot topic button issue in the real world, then that to me is propaganda, that you're using a piece of entertainment to push your bullshit narrative, and I don't like that at all. So I don't want propaganda in my fucking video games. Now, if you want to deal in a world that has a politically oriented world fiction that has no direct correlation in modern day politics, that's completely fine with me. A lot of individuals can't seem to distinguish the difference, which is just mentally deranged to me at this point.
Yeah,
I think BioShock and Fallout.
People.
Go ahead, Blake.
No, go ahead.
I think Fallout and BioShock are they don't take themselves too seriously when it comes to those concepts as well. They're joking on themselves. Like, they are extreme satire on what they went wrong. You know what I mean? Especially BioShock. Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
But Lemonade says, "What up? What's good?" Lemonade.
I had something to say about the movie theater thing that Eastern Conference was talking about earlier, and I was like, I don't want to go in Lemonade's movie theater in VR.
Big yikes.
Damn.
The floors can be very sticky. Very, very sticky floor.
It'd be like The Departed. Remember when they went into the movie theater and Departed?
It's like stepping on Velcro.
Oh my god, no.
That's crazy.
Derp says, y'all making me jealous after waiting until April to play Hogwarts. Look, just as long as the game comes out and in good working order for whatever respective console you're gonna have it on, that's what counts, man. I do hope that when you do get your hands on that experience, it's amazing. So it should be worth the wait, theoretically, as long as they make sure the game performs well. So
yeah.
But y'all want
you're gonna get a good. I hope that's the test. Like, if they can scale a game down and being able to have it perform well for y'all guys. So especially, I think the Pro, if you got a PlayStation Pro, you'll be able to have a good experience. I just want to see what they're going to take out. Like if, because playing the game even on the PlayStation 5, like you're walking through certain doors is loading. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we talking about an SSD that could load shit up real fast, right? So why we seeing that? So like, I don't know, like what they'll go. Maybe like going through certain paths through the castles and shit like that. They might go through lower screens and like the difference is like that. But like far as in content, story, and things like that, I don't think you're gonna have nothing missing on that level. You're gonna get the same story we got.
Yep. Real quick, guys, if you're coming through, and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And also, if you can, like this video, man. It's great to have everyone here, and it's a good conversation.
Definitely hit the like.
Yeah, if you can, I really do appreciate that. Y'all want to just jump into the Final Fantasy 16 conversation? I can't help myself.
Oh shit!
No.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yo, immediately.
I thought we were saving the best for last.
I'm sorry. I have no interest for this fucking game whatsoever.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Who said that?
I have none.
High five.
Oz. You gonna be interested in this one, my man.
No, I watched gameplay. Lots of it. Nah, not for me. Looks boring.
His internet speed couldn't allow him to download it anyway.
I can download it, bitch.
His McDonald's
listen.
is not showing him everything.
You gonna like this one, bro. You like Devil May Cry?
It was okay.
You ain't like Devil May Cry?
It was all right.
Yes.
You like?
I got eyeballs looking at me right now. I feel it in my soul. You understand? I can't.
No. We gonna get you on this. Not even that. We gonna get you on this. We gonna get you on this bandwagon. I'm gonna get you on this bandwagon, man.
Right here,
I need you to support it.
And so does Ivan. Ivan said, "Kick Oz."
Kick me for my own good.
The Spy Crow says, "Devil May
I know
Fantasy."
I know Red saying that. That's it.
Look, so I think in regards to the probably the individual with the most expertise on both Devil May Cry as well as Final Fantasy, Blake has played a fuck ton of them. Blake, how do you feeling about Final Fantasy 16? What you've seen thus far in regards to the gameplay, the combat, the visuals? What's got you hyped for Final Fantasy 16, sir? Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very,
Well,
very
I'm gonna go fill it up right now.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, East, since you're the guest, obviously, how you feeling about Final Fantasy 16? What you've seen thus far, bro?
Yeah.
That game is a day
Blake's back?
0. No. He's back. All right, let him go.
Okay, my bad.
Did you hear what I said before
No.
you left? I was saying, given that you're probably the one with the most expertise here on both the Devil May Cry franchise as well as Final Fantasy franchise, how you feeling after you've seen all of this gameplay, this combat, the visuals with Final Fantasy 16? What is your thoughts, man, coming away from looking at all that?
To be honest, it's hard to even like choose one, but I'm gonna have to go with the combat. The combat looked crazy, you know. That pulled me in. The main character himself.
Yes.
It looks like it's a more it's going to be a more mature, more darker. They're taking a more darker approach, and it's more it has more of a mature thing going with the blood and things like that. I think with this one they go on a little bit more with it with the story. So the graphics there. Hold on, fat ass. Let me see. Because I'm trying to think of everything that I've seen a couple days ago. Like that game looked bananas. It looks ridiculous. And then it has.
I remember you saying, Blake,
the gaming industry, man.
Yeah, I remember you saying, Blake, like when you were playing Devil May Cry 5, like you were just so enamored with how depthful the combat is, and that like you're watching other people. Like you like to go on YouTube, search up like potential combos that like the crazy shit that people are doing, and you'll actually teach yourself how to do all that shit. And you were just completely enamored by how depthful Devil May Cry 5's combat was, and that shit was really difficult to really hit the peak of what that game is capable of. Do you feel Final Fantasy 16 is going to be potentially that same experience from what you've seen thus far?
I think it's possible. Definitely, I think it's possible that can be the case with that. Like, because the way that their games play, like, is more, it's going more in that action type pace. So I don't know 100%, but I wouldn't be surprised. And if you can go, like, if you can do some like what I seen, the stuff that they were showing with the gameplay, it looks ridiculous. I don't know if it's gonna go that far or whatever. If they do, that would be awesome, you know, because in Devil May Cry 5, it was just so much stuff. There's so many ways you can go about with your combat that it would be so different than the next person that plays it or whatever the case may be. So I do like that, and I like that what the director, the guy that worked on Devil May Cry 5, what's his name?
So the combat director worked on Devil May Cry.
Combat,
I don't remember what his name is exactly. But
the combat director.
That dude knows his shit.
So the fact that he's working on that, and then you putting Final Fantasy together, and you know, and from people's criticism of what Final Fantasy 15, I believe.
Yeah.
With the combat, with that, whatever. Hey man, I'm there. I'm just there. I'm ready. I'm ready right now. So.
Word. Real quick, welcome TJ Complex. How you been, bro? Good to have you.
I'm good. Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
Yo. Hey, listen, man. Something in the universe told me y'all was talking about Final Fantasy. I had to pull up real quick, man.
How you feeling about it?
Look, man. Like, here's the thing. My issue, not even with this game, it's with 15, was that the combat was fine. It's just the story was an issue. If they get the story right with this game, along with the combat that we've seen, we're gonna get a great game.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And seeing seeing the summon with Ifrit, like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, I think the big positive is that Luminous Productions is as far away from Final Fantasy 16 as possible. I think that is the best thing that could happen to the Final Fantasy franchise, in my personal opinions. Some people might run up in here and pull a drive-by on me, but I'm just gonna put that out there. But from what I've seen from this combat, man, like there is a lot going on here, and I know that there's a lot of people are saying that Final Fantasy leaving the turn-based route is a negative, and what I have to say personally about that is, look, I think that I don't mind Final Fantasy being completely turn-based. I think that was good for what it was. What I don't like is that in between that they were trying to do with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't think that it's necessarily bad, but it's one of those things where it's clear it's not like turn-based, but it's still restrictive combat. I feel restricted. And look, I'm not a genius when it comes to combo-based hacking and slashing. I'm a moron for the most part, but I don't want to feel restricted if you're going to do that. So I say if you're going to go action, then go all the way. Don't bullshit or beat around the bush about it. Go the Devil May Cry 5 route, man. Don't do the in-between, because I feel like that was a negative for me with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Even though I liked the game, I thought it was really good. I just felt that restriction there, and this game looks like it's not restrictive at all. It feels like there's a lot there for everyone to either be able to play just generally or get in depth with and actually, develop and hone your own skills. And given this is an RPG game, there's plenty of game to do that, right? So it's exciting, man. I'm hyped for it.
It's
the
a
set
couple
piece,
of things.
The locations looks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How you feel about it,
really
East?
Good.
Like the graphics, the set pieces, the icon battles.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things with this game like that like pique my interest, because like these guys are going away from like difficulty settings in the game. Like, so like the normal, the hard, the easy, like that's going away in this game. They're not gonna have like those difficulty settings. Like they kind of like setting the game up in like a action focus or like a story focus like setting. Like there's a couple of things it's doing, right? So like within the action setting, like in the it's more, I guess, more manual kind of things and more like you basically going through the game or you finding items that can help your gameplay, right? But like more of a story focus, they're saying they're giving you like, starting items to help somebody that's basically don't want the hardcore experience basically. So they're gonna basically like kind of like make your gameplay easier by giving you just starting items that's gonna make your combat and alter your combat. Like they're giving you items that could basically make you automatically dodge people, like easy mode shit. You know what I'm saying? Or giving you an item that are basically like in like when you're low health, it'll automatically heal you. You know what I'm saying? So like
Okay.
they're doing things like this with the experience and taking away difficulty settings and things like that. So that's one thing that kind of like piqued me, right? So I'm like,
It's
all right, what
different.
the
It's a
hell is
change.
it's a change, right? It's certain things when think game development changes, right? Never mind combat graphics and all that. We just talking about design, right? So like they're designing this shit differently. And then they got this system called like active time lore. This shit gonna blow your mind. It's like kind of like it's crazy around the storytelling of the game because they're saying like this Final Fantasy 16 shit is gonna have like a backstory of like 1500 years or some shit like that. It's like it's influenced by 1500 years of history. So like within like the certain aspects of the story, like certain like things that come up, like you're gonna have like certain like kind of like flashbacks or certain cues or like that basically tap you into the lore of an event that somebody's talking to you about or like a character that they're talking to you about. So if you want more backstory on like the character that just was mentioned, they got this active time lore that you can hit a button, I'm thinking, and it will go into depth of like more lore on the character or some shit like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like and this is integrated throughout the whole game. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
it's basically allowing you to pause the game at a certain point, mid cutscene, and like get a teller like lower prompt, and that's gonna refresh your memory on the characters and stuff like that, or like a nation's history that they're saying. Like so, this shit is having like all kind. This is a new technique that's gonna
Yeah.
be in storytelling, y'all. So it's like, yo,
Wow.
we gotta like this shit might bleed into other games, and I'm thinking about Tales of Arise. They
Yeah.
did something like this
Yeah.
where in that game you is interacting with certain people and it jumped into a flashback of a
Yeah.
conversation that you had with the person in a campfire. You know what I'm saying? It was doing these guys already did something in that realm. So like
Yep.
this shit is going to be taken to a different notch in
That's
this
what I love
game.
to see, man. Like we do see like examples of innovation with games, and like when I do see like one thing that's implemented, it may not be the biggest thing ever, but like another group is just like, this looks cool, let's do something even like more insane with it. And then it's like I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see like not just Final Fantasy 16, but what influence Final Fantasy 16 will have on the gaming landscape, because I don't think that this is just a game of the year. I think this is a game of the generation. I've been saying that from the jump.
And that's like looking at all of the shit that's going into this. That's what is just chalking up for me too. Like
Yeah,
this shit is looking like it's going to be a technical achievement.
I hope so.
Like you think about the technical achievements that we just ran across in gaming. Like you're gonna chalk this up as one of them. Like if Corey Boloff is out of his he basically jumping out of his fucking seat when he seen this shit. He like, yo, what the hell? Because he's seen God of War type shit in that game with those boss fights.
Yeah, it's true. That is definitely something you can relate to when you're looking at.
And then they talking about all this
yeah.
shit is seamless too, y'all. Like seamless experience.
Just remember, Zelda's coming up this year too.
Okay, with your fucking 10 FPS Switch game. Okay, buddy. Real quick, Zeno, the producer, thank you so much, man, for the 5. I really appreciate that. He said, hope everyone is doing well. I'm good. I hope you're doing well, bro. I really appreciate that. Totally didn't have to. Thank you so much. Big supporter of the channel, man. Good peoples overall. Yeah, I think that when in regards to Final Fantasy 16, I like that the way that they're trying to change difficulty, because there's some games that I can think of that where I felt like this part of the game is at the proper difficulty for me, but then this one could use some adjustments. So the way that they're going about like making things like their difficulty options with like basically equipping new things to kind of just change
And you got to
certain
remember,
aspects of the game. That's an
yeah,
interesting
that's
way to go about
that's very interesting, right? Because they kind of like was already saying to us, yo, we're making this for the broader audience. That was already being said, right? So I'm looking at it like, okay, what do you mean? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? What do you mean by this? What does that mean within the gameplay? And they just broke it down within those difficulties. We're removing the difficulty setting, and then it's like having like an Elden Ring and picking a starting item, right? But imagine you picking 3 different starting items for the novice, or 4 different starting items for the novice, instead of not picking none and getting a hardcore experience, and then going through and finding these items for yourself, and then now I can come at this shit. It's more rewarding, right? So it's going. So Blake was just talking about that high octane, gameplay within the Devil May Cry. This is how this shit gonna feed back into it with the icons that we gather, right? Because you seen the gameplay. This motherfucker was switching off between icons and adding that into his repertoire within his combinations of moves. So like we're gonna see combo videos, dog. It's gonna be out there. You definitely gonna see dudes doing some shit out here.
I will say
That's not even with the basic move set that he has. He has a basic move set, and then he can infuse. This dude, if he was watching the icons, he was flopping between 2 different icons. I'm like, yo, all right, this shit gonna be crazy once you got all these guys under your belt. How many icons can we be able to swap to is my question on the fly.
Yeah. So Words of Paradise brings up a good point. He says he feels this is legit the best Final Fantasy game since X. I'm hoping Final Fantasy 16 is going to be even better. This is the most invigorating like that this franchise has been in a really long time, and you can make an argument that people haven't been this hyped about Final Fantasy since 10, because like 11 was the MMO. 12, I like 12, but that's one of those things where
my shit too.
Like 12, it's not for everyone. It really just isn't. 13 literally shattered the community in half. 15 didn't do much better, especially being in development hell. 14 has been one of the best things. Yeah, 14 has definitely been the highlight, but it's still an MMO. It's not traditional Final Fantasy, but it's still great in its own right. It's one of those things that honestly has kept Final Fantasy going. 16 is the most hype people have been about this franchise in a really long time, since the PS2, arguably. That's really great, because I think Final Fantasy 16 should be respected. I hope Square, if Square does this right, the game is extravagant. I hope it gets all the love.
It's crazy to me because it's deviating from what we know about this franchise and what it used to play like. Like that's the most intriguing part. Like it still got hype around the new. We ain't never have an icon and move him in battle before. You never moved him manually. Like that's about to be so different. Like you're about to do something in Final Fantasy. If you're a real Final Fantasy fan, you're about to do something in this one that you never did in no game. That right there alone should drive you.
Yeah. I mean, I think all of us except Oz are excited, and we want to see.
That's what I'm about to say. Oz, if you like gameplay, dog, never mind nothing else. If you just like pure gameplay, that shit going. I just broke down to you. You're flipping between different type of icons on the fly, like Devil May Cry type shit, but incorporating different type of special maneuvers that you infusing with this gameplay. If you just love raw gameplay, Ninja Gaiden type shit, this is it, dog.
He's playing Hi-Fi Rush right now. You need to relate it to that.
Yeah, Oz,
that shit's stomping on Hi-Fi.
I think Oz is happy with Fortnite. But the Lemonade King brought up a good point. If it's not on Game Pass, Oz is not as nearly as interested. But Zeno, the producer, said, at risk of getting booted from the chat, I've never played a Final Fantasy game like it all. That's completely fine, bro. It happens. But I'd say that 16 is probably like the best time to say, hey, might want to give this franchise a go. Honestly, I think that that's the case. And go for it.
I would see if he could find, if I don't know what you play on, but I think on Game Pass, 9 is on there. 9 is a phenomenal game to play. It is turn-based, but it has a phenomenal story. I think it was like 4 disc long. Like on PlayStation 1. So
you can get it on the Switch. You can get it on PS4, I believe.
And the thing is, when they
I'm
added
going to take you on a journey.
They added the clicks where you can either like make time go faster, so you can grind faster, or you can cheat and give yourself whatever. But they added those things in there, so lifestyle changes. So that's cool too. So that intent.
I guess.
Go for it, us.
Can you hear me? I guess for me, I'm tired. I'm just bored of the whole medieval knight setting. I'm
How
just really bored of
many
it.
games have the medieval knight setting, sir?
A lot.
How many? Name them.
A lot.
Games
God
that
of
came
War.
out relatively recently.
God of War.
God of War is like, it's not medieval. It's like
not
medieval.
mythology.
It's northern. It's northern. It's northern mythology.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
Final Fantasy did start off with like this type of
The Witcher.
Look, yep.
All right,
and look,
I'm 2 games. One of them don't even count. Keep going, bro. I'm
Witcher.
waiting. I'm waiting. That's the second game. Please continue.
The Witcher ain't come out.
Many of them.
I mean, that was mad years
There
ago.
isn't many of them. You're just saying you're tired of them.
Like you're
There's
gonna
a lot
say
of them,
Assassin's
though.
Creed.
You're tired of games that don't even exist, sir.
And you know what?
There's a lot of them though. There's so many to fucking name.
No,
and I'm not
you just
even
can't
No,
do
there
a
isn't.
Google search, sir.
There is.
There's not that many medieval games, unless you're gonna go back to like
They ain't moving
multiple
like this, though.
generations ago. You can't name that many in modern day that are in the medieval setting that have come out as of recently.
I don't know, man. I mean, we just say it's just not for me.
Yeah, that's fine. I get it. I'll never understand on that front because it looks amazing. But hey, not everything. Everyone has their own.
I get it.
I watched.
You know what it is?
I watched like 3 or 4 like trailers of it. It's not hitting for me. I watched it's nothing.
Yeah, like you know what it is with me. I'm not the craziest about it. Like because damn helicopter. You know what it is? I'm not crazy about medieval settings as much, but with that, with the combat, it seems like the story's gonna be good, the graphics and everything. Like I'm sold, I'm good. Like I actually like it. I'm into it. It's kind of like me not liking movies that take place on a boat or ship or something like that for whatever reason. Even in some games, for some reason, I'm really not a fan of that. But if it's a good one, good story, I'm there.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Words of Paradise brings up a good point. It says, I'm not worried about the story. Final Fantasy is more remembered for individual characters than overall story, unless you're a super fan. So I think the story debate is kind of pointless. I mean, it has to at least have an acceptable story. Like, it has to be decent,
It's going to have a good story.
See,
I mean,
go ahead.
I'm a weird fucking gamer. I mean, I don't like RPGs, but I'm playing Legend of Dragoon.
You're a clown.
I don't. I hate RPGs, but I love Legend of Dragoon. I love Final Fantasy VII.
Okay,
I do.
You got your red nose on, sir. No, I'm playing with you. But,
and this one,
East, what were you gonna say, bro?
I think you're going from it's gonna have like a Zelda Oracle of Time element to this shit too.
Yeah.
When you go
and the funny thing is, I'm not even a big Zelda guy. I'm not.
But for me, that was my game. Me and my cousin stood up day and night playing that shit. Like we was on that. So going from a boy to a man, like it's gonna have that element. It's gonna have that Oracle of Time element to it. I just told you it's gonna have 1,500 years behind this shit, man. So if you love lore, I love lore. Like I love you giving me some.
I'm gonna tell you. It'll be 1,500 years. IQQ fucks about.
Let East finish, bro. Let East.
Okay,
finish.
I'm sorry.
So if you love lore, that's why I gotta break you down. Like, what do you like? You like lore or you like gameplay? because this shit doing both, boy.
It is, yeah.
It's doing
I
both.
will
I don't
say
know.
this. I will
Are they
say
gonna have a
this.
trailer? I mean, a demo.
And it's gonna have a
Yeah.
demo, dog. Yes, it's
Yeah.
gonna have a demo 2 weeks before
Would
it
you
come
be
out.
willing to try the
I'll try
demo,
the demo.
Oz?
I'll try the
Yeah.
demo.
He's always open to trying demos. I will
Yeah.
say this.
I'm
I
telling
think the one thing will break this game for the individual playing it. If you do not like the main character, I don't think you're gonna like Final Fantasy 16.
I don't.
It seems
He ain't even give him a chance. He ain't give him a chance.
we're like, I'm saying, like, if someone's playing the game and they just can't get with the main character, like it's not clicking for them, I don't think that they're gonna like Final Fantasy 16 because it seems to be very much a personal story around that character. That's what I gather, while also trying to stay away from as much of the story as possible. I want to keep as much of it away from me as possible until the game does come out. So
This chick has blood coming out of her eye.
good.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything story related in terms of the game, and that's always usually on purpose. So, like, I've been watching pure gameplay. Like, I don't want to see any story beats. I just want to play the game for what it is.
Did y'all watch
Honestly,
the 45 minutes?
I didn't even want to like. I had this.
No, I only saw
I pieced it because I didn't want to spoil myself on all of that shit.
Yeah, I only saw the 12-minute like gameplay that IGN had.
Yeah.
And like with the fight. Other than that, I haven't seen more than like the reveal and I think maybe another trailer. Like I've been avoiding any story related stuff.
Yeah, I kind of like just in Red Hood stream one day, and he was going over it, and I was kind of like in there just looking at it a little bit, but I didn't look at it.
Same.
I ain't really go hard with it, like, because I'm like, yo, nah, this shit crazy.
So Crown brings up a good point. He said this is going to be another experimental Final Fantasy game. I believe that, but like the thing is, like in terms of experimenting, they're trying to achieve like the greatest heights from what I've seen in terms of gameplay, in terms of just technology with the PS surrounding the PS5. Like this game, they're really just trying to take gaming to the next level, and that does require being experimental, doing things that others haven't done, or taking it to heights that haven't been done before. So naturally, yeah, it is definitely, I can agree to that. It's definitely going to be an experimental game. There are some people that aren't really interested in Final Fantasy 16 just because it's not turn-based. And that kills me to think about, man. Like, I get it. You know, Final Fantasy was, you know, for a long period of time, always turn-based. But look, you know, thankfully those games are highly accessible for the most part. And you can go back and play those games. But man, like, don't pigeonhole yourself, man. Just give it a fucking try. You might absolutely love it, you know? Like,
and
who knows?
That's the good part about this. Like, it's still hype around this experiment. These guys is infusing Devil May Cry type combat in this shit. That's an experiment within itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's already hype around that. So like I never seen like a Final Fantasy that got. I mean, besides like the remake, right? Because that was a change too. That was an experiment too. You know.
Yeah.
But I never seen one like that was really experiment. Like they was going a different route with it, and it had this much hype.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna be crazy.
Even Final Fantasy 14 was looked upon like, all right, now hold on, what y'all doing there? This is not, you know, that had mass scrutiny when it came out. They had to prove to people that shit was a masterpiece.
So Sailor Mercury here is saying, I'm sick of recent Final Fantasy concentrating more on pushing technology instead of focusing on story. That's why Final Fantasy 13 and 15 suck so badly. Like, to me, the reason why Final Fantasy 13 is at least controversial is because it tried to appeal to the West when they should just not do that. Like, we don't, at least like for me as someone, I love Japanese titles because it's their experience that they're putting out there. I don't want you to try and replicate like where I'm from, and because like first off, I hate America. I think Americans kind of are annoying. I'd rather play as individuals that are Japanese and have that going for it. I want your unique experience. I look to other countries for their unique experience. That's what I'm into it for. But like
that's
with
15,
hold on. But with 15, 15 is just shit because the developers were not as good as I think Square Enix thought that they were. Either that or the engine was not as good as Square Enix thought it was, or a mix of both. And that's why that game was in development hell, and it came out in bits and fucking pieces. And to me, the experience I had, which was the day one experience, sucked balls. So it is what it is on that front. But what were you gonna say, Oz?
See, the Western could be done right. It could be done. It could be done right, but it's never going to be done right.
Like, what
It's
do you
sad.
mean? Like
they,
Japanese development team appealing to the West? Is that what you're?
yeah, it could be done, but it's never going to be done right.
Well, I mean, I think that there's certain visionaries that are good at that. Like an example I could bring up is Hideo Kojima. Dude, he's a Japanese man, but he knows how to make something appeal to the West and it not be cringy as fuck. Like he's good at that. He excels at that. That's why, like, while I don't, I haven't played like stuff like Death Stranding, it doesn't come off corny to me. It's just something I don't know if that gameplay is necessarily for me, but it's not corny at all. Clearly, he has inspirations of
even with politics.
Western.
He know how to like not get too stupid, but give you a gem. Like playing Metal Gear, Sons of what's that? The gun Part 2. Sons of
the Patriots, I believe.
Sons of that shit was fucking crazy, and the things that was telling in that game, like Lalelulelo.
Yes, I mean, like there are some like I remember shit. Mobile Fighter G Gundam. It's one of my favorite animes. In like literally when they represented Neo Japan, guess what? That planet was a sombrero. That's literally what it was, and it's like y'all should like. It's one of those things where maybe y'all should just stick to what you're good at in some instances, like because it's like when you try to represent us and you don't really know how to go about that. Definitely, I don't want it. I want your experience that you're going to give us,
Would you say Miyamoto is a good example too? Because of Mario.
Yeah, I feel as though like
you can't get more American than Mario. You can't get more American than Mario.
I mean, like to be fair, I heard the only reason why they made Mario Italian is because of like technological constraints.
I mean, his backstory. He's a plumber from Brooklyn. I mean,
I think it's basically.
Is that what he specifically wanted, or was that the movie?
No, that's what he wanted to be.
I think mainly
no, we're not about to bring Mario to this like he's some spectacular character of death. No, but we're not doing that.
I didn't just say Mario. I'm saying Miyamoto in general. Because think about it. You're saying to be appealing, right? From the West, so Mario is definitely one of those characters.
He started off as a side-scrolling character that didn't talk. Like, what are you talking about?
But not starting off, but eventually turned into that.
I think basically it's like this: Japanese developers or whatever making games that appeal to the West by copying what they think will be more successful for them by seeing like other games and from Western developers do it, and then they just doing what they do instead of doing their own thing. Yeah, which we love them in the past for. You know what I'm saying? And taking those risks and those chances.
And exactly, and that's my thing. Just do your thing. Make a good action game. Be true to the action genre.
Like
if you make a good RPG, be true to the RPG genre.
Like the thing is, like in regards to how like some games come out and they just come off cringy when they're appealing to the West. Like I feel as though Final Fantasy 16 is doing a great job of taking like Western characters, like individuals that are European based, and it being in this like Japanese sort of RPG and doing a really good job of meshing them both together. It doesn't come off as cringe. It comes off really cool actually. Like that, I think they did a really good job at. It's not like some other games that do like fuck that up. Like they're trying so hard to appeal to us, and it just comes off really poorly. So just do stick to what you're good at and just keep it. I don't know, man. I love the 90s because I love like the visual aesthetics. I think like things were so cool in the 90s, especially surrounding like anime.
I mean, so
like some of the style and stuff was just insane to me. If you give me any feeling of like that 90s, I'm instantly intrigued.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Let me ask y'all, if y'all rather have it like in a Japanese feudal Japan setting than what they doing here
I
for
wouldn't
Final
mind.
Fantasy 16?
I wouldn't mind at all.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind them doing that with another title. I mean, they already did this one. This one look cool. So like in the next one, I would love
have
I
a
agree.
feudal
The only reason
only
reason why I would say I don't want to see that is because ever since of Sekiro and Ghost of Tsushima, a lot of these titles are starting to have this feudal Japan twist to it. So it's like I don't really want to see that anymore.
Now, the reason why, I'm gonna give you a little bit of blowback on it. I still fuck with you on that point because because of the human nature in us. We just start to fucking just overdo it, right? You know what I'm saying? But we haven't had feudal Japan done very well, dog, in a long time, and that's why Ghost of Tsushima 2 was so fire to me. I'm still waiting for Tensei, dog. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about Assassin's Creed doing that?
Like Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed is different because Assassin's Creed is telling you different historical periods of time. So they always jumping around. Now Assassin's Creed doing feudal Japan now and coming to the table, I'm gonna tell you why I want to see it. Because they already proved to me Assassins. That's one thing people be knocking about Ubisoft. And Assassin's Creed, you be saying Zelda, right? Zelda changed the park. No, Assassin's Creed, let me let y'all know, changed the parkour elements of gameplay within the open world with climbing and shit like that. It was Assassin's Creed. It was not Zelda. Assassin's Creed came out first. If a brick came 2 centimeters, if a brick came 2 inches out of the wall, we was grabbing it in Assassin's Creed with Altair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so they really paved the way with parkour and climbing and gameplay. So I would rather see them. I could see them do that shit any day. Like go to feudal Japan, go ahead, because y'all gonna give me a ninja game. You know,
if
that's
you're
what that gonna be.
you know, if you're interested in like Assassin's Creed, visiting different historical places and all that, well, look no further because Ubisoft reportedly has 4 more Assassin's Creed games planned from the already announced ones. So yeah, you're gonna get something there that you want, and that thankfully you guys brought that up, so I could just throw that story away.
Fact. Case. That's the Infinite. That's leading up to that. That's this hub of like basically a hub that's going to basically you come into and then have an experience and just jump into a world, right? So I guess that's going into that philosophy that they building up over there. It's just that Assassin's Creed is far away from what it need to be, and that's my problem with it. Like, that's a whole nother.
I'm so excited for the Salem witch trials. I'm so excited for that one.
You talking about that? That was the witch one that they was doing or something like that,
yeah,
right?
It's gonna be on the Salem witch trials. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's gonna be more horror based. Probably the more horror based one they've ever done.
You think it's gonna play like The Witcher? It's gonna be on some more Witcher shit, like a more of a Witcher vibe game.
Oh, I was better than The Witcher.
Oh my god!
I did. Yeah, Geralt. I'm sorry, yo. The 2 of the most boring video characters all time is fucking the bitch from Horizon and Geralt. Geralt's a badass. Don't get me wrong. He.
Yeah.
Anyway,
hold on. And then number 3 is Link. So let's talk about it.
Hey, Link's boring too.
Yeah,
but I'm glad he doesn't. But I'm glad he doesn't talk. But he's still a badass.
Nah. If I gotta give like a silent protagonist like that, I would say Gordon Freeman from Half-Life.
Yeah, that's true. Gordon Freeman. And Doom Guy.
Well, anyway, real quick, Black Metal Gamer with the $2. Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate that. He said, Ass Creed should be called History Channel Games. I don't know if you guys know, but History Channel did release some piece of shit games in their time. And I unfortunately played one of them because my brother wanted it on 360. It was an absolute waste of my time, but thank you so much for the $2. Really appreciate it.
Channel games.
Yeah, that was something that they never should have done. But hey, we might as well get into the Sony State of Play. For me, I would like to call it the Capcom State of Play because I feel as though they truly dominated that State of Play. They killed that.
Call what really is. That ass. That ass. That ass. That ass.
Okay.
What the hell are you talking about right now?
We watched that movie. Kimmy.
Yes.
Kimmy with the fatty. Timmy with a big old fatty.
Well, okay. Can we have some more?
You talking about the Street Fighter 6 shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, how do you
super
guys?
horny right now. Calm
no.
down.
He's having a lemonade moment right now.
Yeah,
God.
like
Jeez.
calm down.
How far you have fallen, sir?
Hey. Little cheeks. She.
Jesus.
Oh boy, that's how you know his character. He playing with all day.
Damn.
Oh, she got it.
Yeah, he play with her and lose every match too because he can't focus on the gameplay.
Sugary. I'm losing with the booty.
Oh my god, no. So
that's hilarious.
So with Street Fighter 6, they introduced Zangief, Lily, as well as obviously Cammy, the one everyone's talked to. How do you guys feel about these characters introduced thus far and how Street Fighter 6 is looking?
Fire.
That's
Fire.
So
Fire. More characters, the master.
I was a little.
Zangief, I'm loving another grappler. I like that. Throw another grappler.
I love Zangief is my all-time favorite Street Fighter character.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little worried. I was a little worried about him. I'm slightly easing into it. Pause. Big pause. All right.
Don't say pause. You want to comb his chest hair. Calm down, good brother.
You know what? You know what? I want to brush him like a pride horse. All right. But I was a little worried about him. But I started watching more gameplay. I'm like, you know what? Like I'm starting to like him. I'm starting to like him. He's a little more cocky. I like how he did the whole fucking the brain buster. He looked at he like broke the third you know the fuck they call it, the third wall.
It's
he looked over at the camera. Whatever. Fourth wall.
Why not just say the 10th wall? Fuck it.
Fuck it. Every wall. A great wall. A great wall. But I'm starting like him. I just hope. I'm hoping that his old school, his Trunks is in it too.
Yeah. He gonna have his old outfit. Yeah. And the thing is, with his look, he has more of a more meat on him.
Meaty.
Like he not just like built boom 6-pack and all this stuff like that. And it's like when he does certain moves or whatever, and then he flex, then you see the muscles come out more. So it has like more of a realistic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I can appreciate from that angle. At first I knew something. To me, I was like, yo, something is weird. Something's weird with him.
Yeah.
Then I noticed, and I'm like, you know what? I can go with it. I mean, Zangief, they call him. They doing a callback to like Street Fighter Alpha. We used to make those weird faces, on the cover art and stuff like that. Goofy faces and stuff. So I don't have a problem with it because that's the callback to the old Street Fighters. Lily, she looked like she would be fun to play as. The character herself, I'm not too crazy about the character design. But she looked like she should be fun to play as.
Is she a kid? Because like she has such a baby face.
I think she's like a teenager. But
she's like a teenager.
She's like a teenager.
Yeah, like a teenager. Yeah. So I think she's supposed to be a descendant from T-Hawk's tribe.
Okay.
But I like the stages. And then the last one, of course, Cammy, she was the best one. Her design is just ridiculous.
Yeah. She looks super fucking cool. I mean, I'm not everyone is interested in her butt, but I mean, realistically, Cammy looks a lot like Cammy. Her outfit looks absolutely awesome. She looks super fucking cool. Like, she feels like a character that's in like a 90s cyberpunk anime.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm really digging that. And her moves, it's Cammy, and she got style. I really, really like that a lot. She looks fucking awesome.
I know one thing. She gonna be a beast. She's gonna be a
and
beast.
Another thing too.
Especially somebody
The
that
fact
can know
that
how to
they,
master.
the fact that they put one of her moves from the 1994 Japanese animated movie,
Yeah, Street Fighter
and as one of her moves.
That's fire.
Them doing something like that was dope. That was dope.
That's fire.
I think that was pretty cool.
That's why I said this Street Fighter 6 gonna be some shit, man. Like, we got to do the tournament.
Yeah, can't wait.
We definitely have them.
Hell yeah, definitely, man. I think that like a lot of people at first were really like iffy on the more realistic look, but how do you feel about it now? Now that we've seen more characters, now that
like
we've
the 2D,
seen more
3D,
gameplay,
the 2D, 3D hybrid, like
like
I
just
like that look,
it
honestly.
looks more realistic than
I
like
like
Street
that look.
Fighter 5 and 4 looked. Clearly, you know,
I
a lot
love
of
it.
people were iffy on it. You love it?
Yep.
I do too.
Yep.
Yeah,
I love it.
I think that the eccentric colors that they're putting into this game, even though the characters do look a little more, I guess, human, a little bit more on the realistic side, I think that the oversaturation of colors really still gives it that cartoony Street Fighter look to it.
It gives it its character. Like,
See, I thought I was not going like all the splash painting and all that stuff. Like when you hit somebody, the splash, like the colors and all. Like I thought I wasn't going like that until I was on the beta, and then it didn't really bother me. So
Okay,
because I was labbing that shit, I was on it, so it didn't bother me.
Lucky
And the
bastard.
gameplay is just so good. It was just the gameplay is so good, man. That's why I said I can't. See, I took a break from fighting games, man. Like, and then like seeing the Street Fighters, I'm like, yo, nah, I cannot. I gotta get back into this shit. And, you know, I gotta get back into it. I cannot deny this shit no more. You know.
Yeah.
So
you're inspired.
yeah, I gotta get back. And then watching the tournaments is like, yo, I want to go to Eagle. Like I think I could be up in that shit if I just maintain it. I think I could get up in there. I don't know if I could win it, but I know I could compete in that shit.
Well, the jiggly ass throws back.
Yeah, he thinks they're gonna change it. I don't know, man. They will definitely.
Oh, you talking about
hear
like
it from the
nah?
fans.
I don't know, son. Like Capcom, like these guys is different. They don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
They ain't like Square Enix that has like what do they have like
You gotta remember,
basically
too,
a whole department that judges how much is too much now. Yeah, good job, Square. Good job, you fucking clowns.
Capcom, where's Capcom? Like, I mean, they got Capcom USA, but like they main offices.
They main headquarters Japan.
That shit is Japan. Like they don't abide by our laws and shit.
Well, thankfully. I mean, they do have their little moments, Capcom, I will say. But overall, with their mainline franchises, they seem to be sticking to what their longtime fans have always expected from them. Street Fighter 6 looks to be no different, man. It looks really good. The style is there. The characters, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember when Street Fighter 6 came out, but when it came out, like everyone, like all these fucking journalist websites were saying like, Cammy's dressed so inappropriately. And it's like, bitch, that's her fucking outfit. That's her classic outfit. What the fuck are you guys talking about with your whining and your bitching? And I'm glad to see that
I hope it's in this
Square,
new one. Woo! Please let it be in there.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that Capcom doesn't care. I mean, given she's wearing spandex, so it's not necessarily like she's more revealing, but clearly you could see a lot. There's not much left up to the imagination.
And I'm looking. Hard balls.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're gonna have their classic outfits. The good thing about Capcom is they do adhere to tradition, even when they're doing new different things. So I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident they'll have like their old outfits if that's what everyone does prefer. But the game looks better and better every time I see it, and I'm like a super casual at fighting games. I'm retarded when it comes to fighting games, but all the extra stuff that they have that's not fighting game related.
I was just about to say that shit, yo.
Yeah, that's
the open world has me interested. The open world thing has me really interested.
They ain't let me
Yeah.
play around with that when I was in the beta, but like only thing I could do was go into the hub world. Now we talking about like a world like 2K, like how they got the park, but this is a fighting game. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
and then
saying?
they got like a beat 'em up aspect to it too, going through
Yup.
like
Now,
the subway on the train fighting and stuff like that. I thought
Yeah,
that was
son,
cool.
this shit gonna be crazy, dog.
now,
You go,
now,
yeah.
did they say the open world is going to be multiplayer too?
Now I think that's gonna be just you going through your story and like I think that's gonna be the story element of the game. Like you learning from like you're taking your character, your avatar, and you're learning from the masters, Ryu, Chung Li. You're going around in different elements of the world that's themed by the hero that you're going to visit, I believe, right? So China, I guess like Chung Li got her own area and shit like that. So I believe it's like that. And it's gonna be, but it's not multiplayer. I believe the multiplayer
Because
element, you take that same character in the regular hub where you could just do regular fights and stuff.
Yeah.
see, I thought that'd be kind of cool because it almost kind of like a, I know it sounds weird, but kind of like almost like a small like MMO feel. We could like walk up to people and just challenge them in the streets and just start beating the shit out of them.
That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too. You're gonna be able to do that with your avatar.
Okay.
I thought they
But I thought we gonna have an avatar on avatar type battle, like take your avatar and
I
everything that you
think
Yeah.
learn.
I think you're gonna have something like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I
That
think,
you'll be
right?
able to do that. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
I
Because I
think
was
they're
like, wow,
gonna
this
have
looks
that.
cool.
Because it did have another mode that was locked too. Like there was two modes that was locked. It was the world, and there was another mode that was locked too. And it looked like you could take your avatar. I believe that was like some type of arcade mode. But you got
Yeah.
the regular old callbacks where you just go against a car and you beat the car up and
Mhm.
all that. I'm like, yo, they got all that shit in there, man.
And I think that they also gonna have when you go into that hub or whatever, where you can play some old Street Fighter games.
Nah, yo, I was there. Like, dog, they
Okay.
got a whole section in there where you could just like, if you were a fan, like I was telling my brother this shit because he a old Street Fighter fan, and I'm like, yo, dog, you don't even gotta buy all those old shits no more. You could just sit right here by this game and go back and play all the old shits right there
I
in
mean,
this game. I'm like, yo, what the
Capcom
hell?
and Damon's Ghost brought this up. He said they're gonna make us pay. Capcom is that type of company. They'll give you what you want, but you gonna pay in some way, shape, or form.
Battle
Oh yeah,
At
most
Pass.
least,
definitely.
at least
Battle
they
Pass.
do give you what you want. I will say, but yeah, you gonna pay. That's
It's
just
gonna
what it
be
boils
it's gonna
down
be some
to.
Battle
micros
Pass.
up in there. Yeah, it's gonna
Oh
be some
yeah.
micros because all that clothes and
Battle
shit that I
Pass.
seen. Yeah, they're gonna
Is
have
it
all that.
cross-platform?
That's a good
Yes,
question. That's a
I think
good
it's gonna
question.
be crossplay.
It is
It needs to
crossplay.
be. Yeah, it needs to be.
Because they have like their network that they have people sign up for. So I'm
Correct. Yep.
assuming
Yeah.
that's meaning they're gonna go crossplay. They have to, man.
Yeah,
You
because
have
they got you
to.
signed in with
Yeah,
the
because it's gonna be on Xbox too, this time. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that would be the best thing, man.
Yeah, they got to do that. Yeah. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. They had that with the PC players and the PlayStation players on Street Fighter
Yeah.
5. So.
Yeah. So how about that Resident Evil 4 now too?
Oh yeah, man, that's
who
day one
cares?
too.
Who cares about Leon Kennedy?
You said that's
Oh,
Lemonade
man.
can say something in the comment section.
Yes,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
he's literally just gonna trigger Lemonade and
There's two
probably
people
others.
Lemonade Sims for. It's Leon and Blake.
And Frank.
Yeah.
And Frank.
Yeah,
Frank
so
No,
too.
it depends.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It is.
Nah.
And
It is.
TJ.
His only true lover is Leon Kennedy.
Oh my god.
Of course, we all know that.
That's his shrine.
But nah,
Jesus.
look. So with what they just showed the last trailer or the recent trailer, that game looks amazing.
Yeah.
Aside from the rain effects, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was gonna look better on my TV, like when I see that rain effects. I don't know. But, it just looks. You want to compress
they might
video?
change that.
It might. But
Yeah.
for what I've seen, man, the parrying and all that shit look good.
Oh
The
my god.
backspin
Crow.
roundhouse kick look good.
Crow wants me to just show the cheeks on live stream.
Show the cheeks.
Who that, Cammy?
Oh, he said Cage run the jury trailer, then the Cammy trailer.
Cammy trailer was crazy.
Word. But
That man want to see some feet too. Damn, that's crazy.
well, Street Fighter gives you all the feet that you could ask for. So that
Yeah,
that's
they hit on
always
all
been a
the
thing.
kinks in the Street Fighter series, man.
Yep.
You got a foot fetish? Hey, they got you.
Let's hope nobody gets shit on.
Oh
Whoa.
my god.
Hey, yo.
Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Yeah, but this recent trailer for Resident Evil 4 remake that they showed at the State of Play, super eventful, man. I will say it's kind of strange that Leon still looks like a virgin. I'm sorry to have to tell y'all, he does. If you look at his first day on the job in RE2, he still has that virgin baby face in the RE4. I think he needs some stubble on him. He looks too
beard or something.
Yeah, something, man. Like I don't know if you guys know the character from what is it, Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know what his name is, but now he got himself a little.
He got
beard.
a beard too. Yeah, facts. Like, why you so old and you don't got a beard? Like, nah, you definitely, he definitely aged the boy.
Yes, he needed that. He needed a little stubble there to graduate to adulthood officially after everything he went through in that first game. But Leon, I think he definitely needs like an alternative look where he does have a beard, because
it'd be fire like if you start the game like with a baby face and then over time like your beard grow. You know what I'm saying? Like it just grows over time. Like that should be fire.
In The Witcher.
Yeah, man.
Yep, I could dig it. That would be cool. But yeah, the trailer itself, those visuals look super good, man. 60 FPS is gonna be there. Everything about it. I mean, I've never played the original RE
engine. It's the RE engine, so it's gonna shine.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Capcom, like they got an engine behind them. That's they gonna succeed in the future.
What are you talking about? Oh, there he is. There he is. There's a part of joy.
Leon looks matured. I don't know what you're talking about. Says the dork with the Leon Kennedy avatar. Yes, of course you're gonna think that. Leon Sim.
PP had the avatar.
He wants to repeatedly walking. Look the way Leon walks. Look the way he walks. He walks so stiff. I bet.
You can't say anything bad about Leon Kennedy in front of the Lemonade King. He will get upset. He will go as we've codenamed it. He will go manky, as in
you gotta get him on here once. One time, we gotta get him on anger.
Damon's ghost said he got a butt shit. He does.
Yeah, you gotta get him on when the game come out. Get his impressions and shit.
Oh yeah, you know what? I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, if RE4 come out, I might have to bring Lemonade on the pod to give his thoughts on it. This dude has played the original game more times. Let's just put it this way: he has played the original Resident Evil 4 very autistically, in autistic detail, which is great. It's a positive thing.
Can we do a roast on Leon Kennedy?
Oh my god.
In his presence.
You trying to piss him off now?
Yes.
Let's roast them.
But do you guys think that Resident Evil 4 remake will be better than Resident Evil 2 remake as well as 3?
I mean, it'll definitely be better than 3. I mean, 2 is the reason why everybody's on board in the first place in regards to them continuing to do remakes. So as long as it's the same team, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
It is more action too in this one too. It's gonna be a little bit more action going on in this thing, so it could potentially be.
I think it definitely have a better chance.
I think it's gonna eclipse Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake.
Because I think it has a bigger possibility
now, and it looks fucking.
I think it definitely does. And the reason why I say this, the difference between the original Resident Evil 2 and the remake is that the other one was with the tank controls and what do you call it? The type of way they made that game.
With the falls and the angling and all that with the camera view.
Yeah, so it's totally different. The remake is totally different, where the people that like it the old way, they're gonna go back to that. Like that's the way that they like it. And then the people that like the remake, you know what I'm saying? They can go to that, whatever. Now with this one, there you go. You see? Now with this one, Resident Evil 4, the original, it wasn't with tank controls and it was over the shoulder camera view, whatever like that. Yeah. And this one is over the shoulder camera view, whatever. And now is more places to explore. They didn't take what they saying that they're not taking away anything. They're keeping they're keeping what was there in the original and just adding more, which is similar to what it sounds like is similar to Resident Evil 1 remake, what they did with that. So if what they're saying is true and what I seen on there, I think I can't see myself going back to Resident Evil 4 to stop and pause to shoot, where I can go on a remake and then like I can run, I can walk and shoot. Like it's just gonna be a better game. It looks better.
Be a better game.
Everything. In my opinion, I think it's gonna be better.
I feel what you're saying, as far as in like the modern controlling that when like back in on 2 going to the remake is going to be a little bit more fleshed out, because when 4 came out, 4 like kind of like infused gaming a little bit. You got to remember like what you just said with the over the shoulder back, camera view over the shoulder with the shooting, like how the games was looking with like third person controlling. Like they set the tone with Capcom when they did. That's why Resident Evil 4 was like renowned, what I'm saying, because it did something for gaming and infused something in gaming, like with that modern controlling of a third person. You know what I'm saying? So you're right, dog. Like with that one, it's definitely going to it's going to stand the test of time.
Exactly,
and like, people remember that. People remember that gameplay. Like, yo, this shit feel different. This shit feel good. Like, yo, look how I'm moving with my character. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people remember that, so they're gonna get this shit a shot.
Now with now with 2. I can always go back to 2 and go for that type of experience, because it's totally different than a remake. 2, like they're totally 2 different ways. Like how it is with the over the shoulder, and then this one is with the fixed camera angles. Resident Evil 4 and the remake is not like a complete difference compared to 2 and the remake of 2. So if what they saying holds truth, and they added to it and everything, and from what I seen, aside from the rain effects, which is not the craziest thing, it's not gonna make me not get the game or whatever like that. I think it's gonna be better from what I seen. And then they showed like I think 14 or 15 minutes of gameplay just recently. I seen today,
they showed a lot.
And I'm surprised. I'm surprised they showed all of that.
Yeah,
they showed. I think they showed too much, actually, to be honest with you.
That's why I didn't watch all that shit yet.
Yeah, they showed a lot.
That's on too much. Let me get this game and enjoy it. When I get it, I see what's going on.
Real quick,
I feel you though.
Yeah, real quick, Anarchy's here. So what up, Anarchy? He said RE4 remake and Final Fantasy 16 only bangers this year. I'm not even a Final Fantasy fan yet. He's super hyped for it. He's super hyped for Final Fantasy 16.
I won't even argue against that. I won't even argue.
I don't even know what's coming out in the fall and the winter, man. Like this shit.
Yeah, like
crazy,
we still got
man.
Spider-Man and like a few other games coming out. Like I'm not going that far.
This shit going crazy, man.
Neozoic is saying that that Ozzknot and Lemonade King can have a fight, and that me and TJ would be commentators and Blake would be the referee. Blake would be the most laziest referee. He would let them gouge each other's eyes out, and he'd just be standing there eating a sandwich, not even paying attention, probably playing.
And I'm gonna sound like Joey Styles. I'm like, oh my god, like that nigga gonna be on that type of time.
Lemonade said, yeah, they even showed the Garter fight. Damn. Yeah, they went in. You need to have a gladiator fight with your boy Oz.
That would be good. But nah, they showed a lot. But to me, everything that I seen on there is what I expected and more so far. So, in my opinion, I think it definitely will. I think a lot of people they wouldn't feel necessary that they had to go to the old one,
Yeah.
So
do you think that like the trailer's purpose was to do 2 things simultaneously? One is convince people that have never played Resident Evil 4 that this is the game for them, because I don't know what the fuck went on in that trailer. I just seen a lot of action, a lot of crazy shit going on, and I thought it was cool. But then for people that have played the original game and are super fans of the original game, I think maybe they were trying to convince you guys that this is the game that you guys have played. Look at all of these segments from the original game that they're sure you'll remember, and here's the gameplay as well that looks insane. Like, do you think that they've accomplished that with this trailer?
I think so. I think they definitely did, because I was looking at certain parts, like with them saying that they're going to add on to different, to more locations, add on that type of stuff. It was certain parts I'm like, where is that at? Where is that at? And I was just thinking like, oh, maybe this leads to this area, whatever the case may be, you know. And it's cool. Just like the beginning, like when you go in the first house, it's more area to cover in that house than
more
they did in the
optional,
first one.
areas. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
definitely
mean,
gonna be more fleshed out.
yeah, just from looking at that and what you played from the old one, in my opinion, it looks better. It looks like a better experience playing on the new one.
Gotcha.
You know, just from that. So yeah, I think they did try to do that. You know.
Yeah, I think that was what they were aiming for. I think they did a good job with it. Like I said, I have no idea what the fuck was going on, but it looked cool.
yeah, definitely.
But real quick, we definitely have to move on. We had some great conversations, and we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. But real quick, they announced that Mortal Kombat 12 is confirmed coming out this year. As you know, a lot of us are into Mortal Kombat, or at least I'd say about half of us, give or take. What are you hoping to see for Mortal Kombat 12? Don't all speak at once.
I'm not a fighting game. I'm not into fighting games.
Yeah.
So I always get my ass beat. So
yeah, same. I mean, like for me, I love Mortal Kombat. Because my first console game that I ever got was Mortal Kombat Trilogy. That was my first PS1 game, and I was obsessed with it. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was button mashing, and it was amazing. I had so much fun. Just the fact that it was gory, fucking amazing, insanity, and just the characters being so memorable. Like, what's his name? Just like some of their stances in the game were like so ridiculously memorable. I mean, like I have from Mortal Kombat 3, Carrie Hoskins, who played Sonya in Mortal Kombat 3. She's my favorite Sonya because that was my first Mortal Kombat. It's still honestly my favorite. 9 is like probably side by side with
Classic.
that. She is fucking awesome. Yeah, so for me, I love the lore. I love the characters. They're super duper memorable. I'll put it back later, but they're super duper memorable for me. And in regards to Mortal Kombat 11, I was so disappointed, and I knew that I wasn't gonna like that game. That's why I didn't buy it from the jump. I waited for a super deep sale. I mean, I waited until the complete version of the game was like $20-something and bought it. And even then, I didn't play it for that long because I'm like, man, they fucked up some of my favorite characters. Sindel is definitely one of my favorites. Played her, you know, she was introduced, I believe, in Mortal Kombat 3, if I'm not mistaken. And she was one of my favorite go-tos, and they completely bastardized her character. Totally rewrote her in a way that she's supposed to be a character.
She didn't even look like herself. Yeah, she didn't even look like herself. I feel you.
Yeah, like, so my thing is, it's like, I'm concerned with Mortal Kombat. I'm really just hoping they do a reboot that adheres to, you know, like the lore, the original lore, or just at least changes some things that they fucked up. I'm hoping something along those lines. Blake, I know that you're big into Mortal Kombat like me, but you actually played and suffered through 11. I mean, you've had fun in it. You played that shit for a long time, longer than I think you even would like to admit. So, I mean, for you, you know, what would you like to see from Mortal Kombat 12? You know, we might be looking at Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, not confirmed coming out this year, but possibly, and Mortal Kombat 12 is confirmed coming out this year. What's going to convince you to be like, yeah, I got to get that Mortal Kombat 12? What would you like to see?
Well, I would like to see, I know a lot of people will start bringing up characters, their favorite characters. More importantly, I would like them just going back to that type of that feeling what you got in Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, more so 2 and 3, where it feels like this eerie game is like, as soon as you go to the main menu, the sound of it is just like some haunting sound, you know. And then you go to the character select screen, it got these characters that look like demonic and everything, but they got style. They got their own style too. It's not like so they kind of made it so generic, like with 11, like from the main menu to some of the music. And that's another thing. I would like the music to be something memorable, haunting and eerie, like those sounds. The music for Mortal Kombat 3 especially, I want them to go back to that, you know. What else?
I mean, like,
Also,
we were talking about like some of the character stances in Mortal Kombat 3. Like some of the shit, like Shang Tsung was literally doing this. Like, yo, it's so
yeah, with his hands a certain way or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that's
stuff
literally
like
his stance. It was so ridiculous, but also
it was so
like,
ridiculous.
memorable.
It was so memorable and badass. That Shang Tsung had so much fucking character.
Nah, that was one of my favorite ones because of those stances that they gave certain characters, yo. Like that was one of the best ones.
Yeah. Too. Even when you go to the versus screen, it's like do do do, and then you see them looking at each other, and I guess the realistic, like them using actual people to put in the game, incorporate them, in the game, made it this like more believable, more realistic. Like when you seen the fights and the brutality and everything like that. I don't know if they'll be able to, if they're gonna do something like that, but I just want them to go.
Back then, they literally had actors make all these movements, do all the stances, and they turned them. They turned them into sprites and put them into the game. That's why I said like Mortal Kombat 3 is like one of
making that shit was crazy.
Still super realistic to me, even though it had some goofy shit to it, because they looked like real people, because they were real people. When they died, it really kind of hits. It hits in that way.
Shit.
So it sounds like more like aesthetics and like and audio design that y'all really want from it, like from off the next one rather. Like I want that old school classic audio design and aesthetic back. It might have did lose some of that because they wanted this to make it all guts and glamour, like with the gore and all that shit, and with the fatalities and stuff like that. But do y'all want the stances like to kind of like be prevalent in the next one?
I do
like with
want
more characters, like we're having like basically like 3 types of fighting styles.
Like, honestly, I think that there's some things that they need to do that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. One is if you're going to have, obviously they're going to have the ninjas, make sure that all the ninjas have their specific colors. That killed me in 11. Why is fucking Sub-Zero pink? What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. See, that
shit kills me, bro.
What the hell are they doing? See, I didn't play 11, so I didn't even see that. That's crazy.
Like, that shit kills me. Like, that is just to start. Like, that's basic shit. It's like the ninjas were specific colors because those specific colors distinguished exactly who they are, because they other than their color, they look the same. I get it. Technical drawbacks back in the day, but they are iconic for their specific colors. If you see a blue ninja, you know that's Sub-Zero. You see a yellow ninja, you know that's Scorpion. And all the other ninjas, like that, to me, when they did that, when they changed their colors or allowed you to change their color sets, that killed me inside. Now, if you want to have different variations of blue for Sub-Zero and to mix it with like white and black, okay, that's cool. But at least it's still Sub-Zero. He's the blue ninja. Like, they need to go back to that. Adhere to your lore. That's where I think Mortal Kombat 11 just went off the deep end entirely, man. By just not adhering to the lore, the characters, the things that we as longtime fans expect to see. Why did they change Katana and Melina's face? It doesn't look like them at all. Why is Sindel now a cookie cutter villain? Like, this shit bothers me as a longtime lore fan. I would definitely like to see them
like a story Mortal Kombat game, like a story action adventure type seafood type Mortal Kombat game.
Okay, like would you like a 3D beat 'em up in a Mortal Kombat game?
Like something like that.
They do Shaolin Monks again.
Yeah, though I was trying to get the name out. You just took it out of my head. Like that was a fire Mortal Kombat game, man.
Yeah,
it was like a RPG. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, action. Went on like a journey in that shit.
Yeah, I think they should revisit a game like that, because I think
remember the Sub-Zero game. The Sub-Zero game was fire too.
They did have a Sub-Zero game. I think the issue with NetherRealm is they get Ed Boon gets in his own way. Like he never really tries to go too far to like take chances with the Mortal Kombat series. Like remember back in the day they had like the kart game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he doesn't want to do things like that anymore because he doesn't have the same people that he had around with him anymore.
I think honestly, I don't have much faith in Ed Boon. I think he's a complete sellout. If I'm completely honest.
That's why I don't think we won't get those like side like ventures into these new IPs or taking something like not making it fighting and just making it action adventure or be like, I don't know, we will never get that again. I don't think so because
yeah,
I guess they made money with 10. So how much money did 11 make? And so I guess they'll keep these. And then
11
honestly too,
made them a lot of money.
They made a lot of money, right?
Yep.
So it's like
I think that's the most successful Mortal Kombat actually.
Yeah, and that's what makes me concerned because to me, one of the worst Mortal Kombats is one of the most successful. And I mean, more power to them, but for me as a longtime fan, it does hurt.
And it's like it's a mixed bag even with that one because there are things I did like hey, they had Terminator in there, they had RoboCop in there or whatever, like certain stuff like that, like guest characters and stuff. But the feel of it, like what I grew to love Mortal Kombat, it's not there. It's like, and you having like in the ads, somebody like who was it, 21 Savage on this one?
I think you talking on 11 on 11?
I think
yeah, they just
That's
completely ruin the tone of Mortal Kombat every chance that they get now. Like, we have here's basics. Can we just get a Mortal Kombat that has the proper tone of what a Mortal Kombat should be? Can we just start there? That's literally how far I feel like personally this franchise has gotten away. Like, can we just concentrate on tone? That's what I want to see.
How about
Mortal
story
Kombat
too?
12
Like,
gets a tone.
You think the campaign stories is weak too?
Campaign story was terrible. It was horrible.
Son. Like I think they were weak, man. They've been weak for the last couple of Mortal Kombats because they're not really like Kay said. They're not tying into the real lore and shit, son. They telling bullshit stories.
Yeah,
they could
they
reboot
really
it, dog.
fucked
In my
up
opinion,
with 10 by making everyone old. I've been saying for the longest, and I love Cassie Cage in Mortal Kombat. In Mortal Kombat X. I mean, like, I go by that alias because I really love her specifically in 10 in /X. I think that she's a garbage character at 11. Fucking hate her. Like, it sucks that a character I love that literally is just like me, the slick talking asshole bitch that's just like her dad. Like, that's literally like me. Like, honestly, that's why I took on the alias. Where they Keeley messed up with the Mortal Kombat franchise is by making everyone old. They should have just sent Cassie Cage to the past to when they're young, so we don't have to deal with old, unappealing versions of these characters that we love. They fucked up there, and they're still going with it. So it's like, at this point, just reboot it, please. Just stop with this nonsense.
That's what I think. Like I could live with a reboot and them going into the lore how they supposed to, and really tying that shit together properly from the beginning to, because like y'all doing too much.
A lot of people are feeling though that they should just force the story forward, and I kind of get that too because it just feels like they're not getting it right either way. But real quick, just want to say shout out to Blaze 4K. Thank you so much for the 5, bro. He said my guy East. He's sending love.
4K in the building, baby.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming through, bro. But you guys feel like maybe we should stop expecting Mortal Kombat to reboot to stay in the past because they've done this how many times now and they keep fucking it up. Maybe look on to the future with new characters. I don't know.
I want a Mortal game from them guys next.
I don't want to see another movie.
Yeah, I don't either. It's gonna happen.
I'm not interested in any movie from them at all.
I have a question. When do you think we're ever going to get the crossover of all crossovers? Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat.
It's not going to happen.
I want to see another Marvel versus Street Fighter again.
Yeah.
Just Marvel.
Marvel versus Capcom, man. Like, come on, that's the one we want, man.
I'm not trying to be petty, but I actually kind of am. Fuck Avengers characters besides Spider-Man. Give me an X-Men versus Street Fighter 2.
Sure.
Those are the only.
I'll take that.
Those are the only
I'll take
noteworthy
something like that.
characters. Make
I'll take something like that.
Spider-Man DLC. X-Men are better to the inferior Avengers.
I just want to X. I can't wait for
Sorry,
X-Men
not sorry.
game.
Well, I think you know what? It would be probably good for them to start off with X-Men versus Street Fighter first. You know, and it's so many X-Men characters they can choose from, like, you know, and with the Street Fighter characters alone. So I think they should start off like that. That's how they started off in the begin with, and then gradually go to the Marvel characters. You know.
Yeah, I like the resurgence of the Ninja Turtle games that came out recently. They should do they had a bunch of those games back in the day for Marvel.
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
Themselves. They should just re-release those.
Yeah.
Think you about to get me started with my idea of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game. Okay.
Fucking do it, bro.
I'm just not me. I'm not gonna be able to do it. But
basically, to sum it up, Blake has personally told me, and I will admit that he coined the idea of saying, well, yeah, guys, we should do a DMC, but co-op with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's basically just
with the RE engine.
Yeah.
And have that.
You talking about a DMC style game, but Ninja Turtles?
Yes, with that dark. You see how the movie was and the original comic was when it's more dark and everything like that. With those graphics,
more gritty.
Yes. Oh my god.
That would be
I ain't gonna hold you like this. That like, see, slow clap. When I play Sifu, I was saying things like that, dog. Like, I want a Warriors game. I need them dudes to make the Warriors type co-op. Where we got the Warriors type, scenario. We going through fucking getting back to Coney Island from the Bronx. Yo, imagine that.
Bro. Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
That's
now
what
you're
we need.
Work.
Speaking my language.
It would work.
Man.
It would work.
Fighting Force. Y'all remember Fighting Force back in the days? Fighting like a Fighting Force.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Sucker Punch should make that game.
Like, I'm telling you, beat 'em up games still ain't have their evolution yet. It was slow clap was on to something, but they got to get that energy still. They got to make it co-op. How would that look with 4 people in a space doing that shit that dude's doing on Seafood? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
Gotham,
you. Yeah,
Gotham Knights not as bad. Mix them with that would be that.
Facts.
Wait, you saying what with the Warriors or
like Gotham Knights? Put that into reality in terms of having multiplayer and being able to be wherever you want to be within the city and then coming together to do what you need to do, right? Obviously, it's not that great of a game, but if you had somebody developers come in and build a game like he's saying, you have that.
Yeah.
Or if you did like a remastered of fucking Streets of Rage 2, like in a 3D style, would be fucking sick.
That's what we're talking about here, man. Simply, we're changing up the presentation.
Yeah.
Taking it from that 2D beat 'em up style and we putting it in the 3D world.
Fighting Force was dope. I love beat 'em ups.
I have been staring.
That's what I'm telling you, dog. They haven't had their evolution. I seen it in Sifu, but I haven't seen it, like within. It was a beat 'em up, but like it's a 3D. You're picking up objects. You're walking around, and you know what I'm saying. Like that's what we need for co-op. That's all it needed was co-op.
Yeah. Sync. What were you saying?
I've been debating on buying a PSVR 2 or PSVR 2 for like the last 2.5 hours, and looking at every game to add to the catalog. And I've been watching this video with Gran Turismo and going to buy a racing wheel.
Yep. I know you can't help yourself. I think you weren't there, but I'm like, I wonder if Sync's gonna get a PSVR too.
Oh, you talking about the VR with the headset? No, I ain't gonna hold you, dog. Like they say that shit is undeniable. Like you cannot deny yourself that experience. Like how he just said. I just looked at that video. I did the same thing, dog. I did the same shit. I looked at race wheels.
Oh god.
I looked at race wheels. I looked at freaking race chairs. I took it a step further. Like, yo, how much is gonna cost to get up in this shit?
Damn. Wow. Yeah. So I think Bowsette's discussing NetherRealm Studios. I think that NRS's big problem is they fired a lot of people that actually understood the Mortal Kombat lore. And they have like temps that now make their games. I don't think the temps really know much about Mortal Kombat since they're temps. Like they don't stay there for very long. I think they need to actually get some people of seniority to work on Mortal Kombat that actually understands Mortal Kombat and the lore, and not just hire people that know how to make a service-based game or bait people into DLC. Like, you need to do more. If you want to get me to continue indulging, because it's only so long I'm going to keep buying Mortal Kombat games on clearance if you don't give me what I want as a lore fan. So,
if they had a dream character, like a dream guest character, you all had to pick one. Like, who would it be?
Say that again.
A guest character, like your ideal, perfect guest character for Mortal Kombat.
If you want, I'll go first.
Go for it.
Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't done that yet.
What, for guest characters?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll go for I'll go with the Iron Monkey. The Iron Monkey from that movie. That movie Iron Monkey. That what's my man's name?
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
What's my man's name? He played in a lot of other movies too. With that dude from the Iron Monkey that was doing all that shit.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Spawn.
Okay. Are we talking Donnie Yen or the main dude?
He's in the game already.
Yeah,
that's Donnie Yen.
Oh, Spawn's
okay.
Yeah.
Spawn is in there already? I think Spawn is in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have
game. Spawn game. What happened to that?
Yeah.
The Crypt Keeper.
No.
Iron Monkey is a classic.
I don't know. It would get destroyed. It don't do anything. They already put Jason in there.
But think of fucked up demented characters, like normal like guest characters.
Like what?
Okay.
Spawn, yeah. That game was badass.
In that realm, like you could put like a sadistical character, like you could put like a dude from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You throw him in there.
He was in there already.
Leatherface.
He was in there already.
He might have been. I'm not sure.
He was
honestly, since Liu Kang just doesn't do it for me anymore, I don't know what it is that they did for Liu Kang that he's just unappealing to me. But put Bruce Lee in there. Fuck it.
So, because someone, what gave me an idea for that question, because someone actually posted in the comments that they would like to see Punisher in Mortal Kombat.
And
that's one of my,
I seen
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Punisher.
I can go
How
with
about
that.
Duke Nukem?
John Wick would be cool. John Wick would be cool. John Wick would be cool.
In there.
Yeah, John Wick too.
John Wick,
I think will get the most.
Honestly, gameplay though, I think for Mortal Kombat needs to change. Maybe it should do like tag team fights. I know they had that in like 9, from what I remember.
Oh my god, you're not lying about that. You need to bring the tag team fights back.
Demon Slayer would be cool.
The tag team fights in 9 was just so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I always wanted it to go like y'all ever played like a Naruto Ninja Storm game? Never played with those fighting games?
See, Eliminate need to be in here for that one.
Supreme King just want to fight. He said put Cole Young in there for the backlash.
I was thinking about changing the fighting game design to like making it 3D.
Well, like
instead of this 2D pacing back and forth, like me going around, I could spin my character like how, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Tekken?
I think Tekken do that too, like I believe, right? But Tekken still kind of like you're still 2 pacing back and forth. Like even if you change your perspective, they're gonna still line you up. Like we talking about the camera views is changing. You fighting now in the north south and then the east west. Like you know what I'm saying? Like in Naruto, you can go north south with a person down. Now you're going up and down instead of going east or west.
True.
Like
if they do that, I would go with more of a what's that game that Capcom made for the Dreamcast back in the day?
Oh shit.
When you move around, you can move around the stage.
Power Stone.
Power Stone.
Oh yeah.
If you're gonna do that, I might as well just go with a Power Stone. Like not as a mainline number Mortal Kombat title, but like some side shit.
Oh, what I'm talking about, that free to play game that the game just like Smash Brothers that just came out with all the fucking gods in it. What the hell is that shit called? Oh fuck. Has like
What
Thor
is
and
it?
shit in it.
It's a MOBA, right?
Divine
Put-
Knockout.
Put Phil in there.
No,
like
it's not
that.
a MOBA.
Kind of
Cool.
like that. Kind of
Yeah.
like that. The camera aspects would be kind of cool.
All right, guys, we do have to move on. Let's just have a basic discussion on The Last of Us. Make it short. How many of you guys have seen episodes 6 and 7? Yeah, how you feel about it, Sync? Just generally.
A little less gay.
Just a little. There's still some gay in there.
Little less gay.
Less Brokeback Mountain. Cool.
I like how I was kind of expecting to see like a more dramatic like how how he gets hurt in the game. I was expecting that to be more dramatic instead of more of kind of like, oh shit,
Yeah.
And then like this,
it was very lackluster.
Just stop.
Yeah, and then
because he like in the game he falls off that balcony and he lands on a spike. That shit was like, holy fuck. I didn't think they necessarily needed to like copy that, but the way it went down was really fucking bland.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see how it happened like in that moment, but I don't see how in the hell he didn't react to it at that point in time.
Yeah,
like me getting shanked, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then in episode 7, like I liked it. I never played the DLC or the expansion or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
So that for me, that was kind of refreshing. I don't know if it was any different or not.
So it was relatively close. Like honestly, the DLC versus the actual that episode Left Behind, they did a pretty decent job of making it as close to 1-for-1 as you can expect from a transition of mediums. They did a good job with it. I liked Riley's actress. I think that she was good as Riley. I think that what's her name playing Ellie. I think that she did a decent job of portraying Ellie. They definitely, I appreciate, because these are teenagers. I appreciate that they had their little kiss, but they didn't overindulge in it. Because with like modern day Hollywood, you don't know what to expect from it. Like honestly, if it would have went like any more than this little kiss, like it would have grossed me out. So the way they did it was acceptable. It didn't come off weird, because when you're watching young girls kiss, it like do not overindulge in that. I'll automatically think the people behind it are fucking weirdos, but they did it. So I commend them.
I actually liked it better than the DLC from the game.
Okay, that's what's up. I don't see why. I can see why you would feel that way. I'm not. It's one of those things where I think they did a good job with it. But episode 6 was boring as fuck to me.
5 has to be the best one so far. It has to be.
5 is up there.
That fucking zombie scene was fucking beautiful. Awesome.
All right. This is not about episode 5. It's about episode 6 and episode 7, sir. We already
fucking bloater ripped 5. A dude's head off.
Bitch, shut up. Okay, look, episode 6 fucking sucked. It was really bad. They made Joel out to be a bitch. Like, the thing is, like, the reason why that bothers me is because Joel will end up breaking, like, at some point. But when he's literally limping along the whole fucking show, to have that moment where he does break, it's not gonna mean anything. It's meaningless. In the grand, this dude is driven by rage the entire fucking game. He's driven by what he has to do and rage, and that's what gets him through. It would have been so much more interesting to watch a rage-driven Joel end up breaking, because at some point you have to break. I would feel that is so much more climactic than what we're probably gonna get. To me, just watching this dude fucking hobble along all this time and then just fucking end up getting shanked, like it don't mean much to me. It means nothing. Like when he was like crying about like, I can't do this, I'm fucking spent, my hearing sucks, my reactions suck. I was just saying to myself, let's just take him out back and do him like Old Yeller, right in back of the fucking head. That's what I was saying. Like, get this dude out of here. Now, then when it moves on to him getting shanked, it's like, I expect it. It's not there's no climactic event there for me. Everything is just very dull and to be expected. The dude just says, yeah, I can't do this shit. I'm fucking terrible. I have no idea what I'm doing or if I feel like I could do it. And then he just gets stabbed in the most lackluster way possible. Yeah, just die already. that's how I felt about that.
So is he
Episode
dead?
7. No, they're basically doing the basically it's following the sort of following the game, but like, you know, Ellie has to get him help. I believe Joel told her to go back to Tommy. I don't remember what the hell she's doing, but yeah, like episode 7, they did a really good job. To me, episode 7 shows that episode 3 is garbage, in my personal opinion. A lot of people want to fight with me about that. The reason why episode 7 is good is because it does follow the main timeline. We're covering the part in it where Ellie does get bit, and then eventually she discovers, like, you know, like, oh, I don't fucking turn. Like, so the backstory to that is actually on the main timeline. Whereas episode 3, it literally doesn't connect to the main story. That's why, to me, it was a garbage episode, whereas episode 7 is an example of a well-done episode. So I don't understand why people don't get that. Apparently, everyone was saying, oh, you're just a bunch of bigots because you don't like episode 3. No, I don't like episode 3 because it fucking sucks. It doesn't connect to the main story. Episode 7 connects to the main story. That's why it's good. You have the main character's backstory. That's what's important, and they carried it out reasonably well. I'm completely fine with that episode. It was good. But
I liked all the Mortal Kombat references. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a cool throw in there, especially when you're highlighting my girl Melina, since she's one of my all-time favorite Mortal Kombat characters. So that's been a cool little throw in there to the main story. But yeah, Neozoic says he's got to hit the road. Thank you so much for coming through, Neozoic. I really appreciate you. Have a good rest of your night. Take care of yourself. See you on the next episode of 2REAL4FEELS podcast, bro. But any final thoughts on The Last of Us?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll just move on to the end of the show. Last thing is the Dead Island gameplay impressions. Personally, I don't know. I didn't know what to expect from this game. I was on the fence. This game has gone through more than one publisher at this point, so I was like, I'm a little like, I don't know. But the gameplay for this, I liked it. How do you guys feel about Dead Island 2's gameplay thus far?
It seemed more advanced than the first one, but it took all the good parts.
You talking about OG Dead Island, or are you talking about Dying Light? Because like
Dead
people
Island.
get them.
Gotcha. Dead Island.
Yep.
Yeah, I felt like it took the good parts definitely from that game, and maybe it taking so long hasn't been a bad thing.
Yeah, maybe. I agree. From what I've seen, I love the gore. The gore is the highlight. Like watching these motherfucking zombies get their faces smashed in, and it's super bloody. Like that's something that we don't get that much. But I think gaming's starting to make a turn for a bit of the more gory aspects of gaming that we've been missing. So whenever I see like, man, this blood, this gore, the crazy ways you can kill the zombies, that was hype for me. East, how you feel about Dead Island 2's gameplay thus far?
Yeah. All right, so when I watched it, the same kind of like I looked at the graphics and was like, okay, I really got it up to speed. It looked good. It shined. I'll tell you one thing, it looked better than Dying Light that previously came out. Like, so that was like one of our last zombie games that I really played. And then I seen little hints of it, like far as in a little bit of Dying Light elements in the gameplay, as far as in with the things of how you can augment your weapons and stuff like that. Now you probably was doing that in Dead Island, one, as far as in augmenting certain type of melee weapons and stuff like that. But I seen a little bit more of an elemental thing now on this go around. And then I seen this Fury concept that they got that looked like Dying Light fucking 2. And I'm like, yo, goddamn, what did they do? Did they kind of like, went into and ripped this gameplay right off from these guys? But I had to ask one of y'all because I haven't played the Dead Island one. Was that even there? That gameplay mechanic, that Fury, and you just Fury and just whipping shit with your hands and shit.
I feel like
so I didn't know that was there. So I
okay,
so one of the characters.
Remember.
So
I've
I
only
couldn't like,
briefly played Dead Island 1 with Striker and
I'm thinking this is for every
uh,
character though. Like this is like
yeah.
kind of like some special ability because I'm thinking it's like kind of like the Dying Light concept that you're infected also. So I'm like, yo, God damn! Not only that y'all took like the little gameplay mechanic that they had, they took the concept too, like of being infected and all that shit too, right? And then having the infected work, you know, for you, within gameplay.
I think that
So I
Alice been
seen
in
that,
development longer.
it's been in development longer.
Yeah, so it probably was infected prior.
Yeah. So it's like I seen that, and then I seen like the cards and stuff like that, the card system, and I'm like, okay, that was a cool little element of changing and augmenting your play style. So you're gonna have many different types of play styles going through the game. So that's always keeping your gameplay loop fresh. As far as in the graphics, I love the gore too. Like you said, the gore is like kind of like the highlight. I'm anxious to play with the physics of the game. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what you can do there. But I'm seeing a lot of environmental shit that you can interact with and throw over here, and let me lower you over here real quick into the electricity, and then I hit this. So I want to see how far you can take that shit. And then like it's like after playing Dying Light 2 and then coming in, like, do I want to even play a game that's like this again? I ask myself that, like, because like I told you, I'm a third person first guy. I don't really fuck with these first person experiences. Like I give Far Cry the benefit of the doubt because they typically doing third person shit. This is first person, but it's just like it's a regular hack and slasher type game. So it's like, all right, let me see what else you're doing. So it ain't really, but the gore and all that shit, and the physics and what we can see in that, and then the story. That's the big question for me. But in the card system, I like that too.
So Dead Island is like a co-op experience. So automatically, it's one of those things where I have to kind of temper expectations when it comes to story.
When it comes to
because like when it comes to co-op experiences, we've seen examples in the past with co-op experiences. The best example I bring up is Dying Light 2, where they tried to make this RPG storyline in a co-op game, and it just didn't work. I don't want to be spoiled, so I'm not going to go play with my friends. Like, just make a story that goes along, that has great gameplay. Like, I'm not expecting too much from the story. You have to make sure that gameplay is peak for a co-op game. But from what I've seen, I'm excited.
I hated in the co-op experience in Dying Light 2 was like if you're gonna make a co-op game, and if I'm choosing to play with my whoever I'm playing with, I'm choosing to play with my boys. Obviously, I opted in to doing the storyline the same way that the host will do the storyline. Like this element of these co-op games got to stop this shit where we doing co-op and you're not saving my side objectives, my side content, or the main content because I'm in a match with a host or I'm in a co-op session with somebody else. And now I have to go do that same shit all over in my game. So like that's the thing that will be a big question for that game too. Like, is it gonna have that design? Because that's a turnoff to me.
Yeah.
And Dying Light was like that too because of the decision making.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I think that what they're going for here is pretty good from what I've seen. Like I said, my expectations were low for the game because this game has been in a lot of hands have been in the cookie jar. This game was in development hell. So definitely when I see those things, I'm like, I'm not going to expect too much. But from what I've seen, I think the gameplay looks really good. Blake, you there? Yeah, Blake was saying how like he loves that it has guns. Because Dying Light 2, one of the big criticisms was that they took the guns away. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one too. I failed to mention was the guns. Like I seen that element of it, and you could shoot people on the chest and things blowing up on them. That's why I said that right there alone, kind of like okay, y'all got guns in it, so it changes the whole. And then the limb system, like this game got a limb system in it, like when you can kind of like aim at limbs and and kind of like the physics of the character breaks down, like so. That's fire.
Yeah.
See, Dying Light 2 didn't have all that shit.
Yeah. Dying Light 2 just tried to do so many things and didn't necessarily do any of those things great. Some of it was either okay or subpar. Yeah.
like all that gear and all that. Like, leave that. I don't need to do that in your game. Not like
It's too much.
That's-
Like I
that's too much,
appreciate
yeah.
them aiming high, but the execution was just not good, in my personal
to
opinion.
me,
I
it's just like
can't finish the game.
it's just justifying fluff and like the lack of you wanting to like really write some shit and design your game properly. Like, I just want to
Yeah.
throw RPG and then just go add some clothes and just get them in there to loot. Like, it's
Yeah.
just fluff.
The highlight for dying Dead Island 2's gameplay that we've seen, it to me is the Wolverine claws as well. I thought that was
Oh,
so
yeah,
freaking
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I
See,
have to get
I didn't see
that.
that.
I have to.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
further
shit
in
was
the
crazy.
in the gameplay, they showed it off. My one criticism, and this is going to be like a personal flaw for me, is that naturally when I look at this, I'm going to compare it to Dying Light. Particularly the first one, because that was one of my favorite games. This game is definitely going to be slower than Dying Light, and I have to grow to accept that if I'm going to play this game.
Yep.
It does feel a lot slower.
That's why I came into it with the Dying Light comparison. Because I'm just freshly off that game too. Like I didn't play it when it first came out because of the bugs and the lack of like just the lack of performance. And then I'm like, okay, I got back into the game late and then playing it, and like I said, there's no parkour in this game. So you know how you getting around, the verticality and all that stuff. Like so it's going to be missing certain things if you just coming from that experience and you jumping into this. Yeah, it's going to be more of a boots on the ground type feel in this game.
I think that's why I'm a little bit more excited for a Redfall than for Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because it just has a little bit more things going for it.
Plus, like Redfall is being, it has a cartoony feel to it, but it has like from what we've seen, it does have a dark, fucked up, eerie feel to it. Like, it's not super gory, but you don't know how gory it's going to be, But it's different because I like it because it's not zombies.
It's vampires, I believe, right? Yeah.
But nothing's really ever done anything like that. Not to my knowledge.
Is it
Not
hunting vampires?
recently, anyway.
Yeah, it's like hunting vampires.
What was that one game that we all played back in the day where you hunted the monsters, like a pack of 4 people? What was that game?
That was like an early PS4 game.
Yeah, it died fairly quick.
Evolve?
Evolve.
Yeah, Evolve. Yeah.
You talking about Evolve? Yeah, that game spawned like, I'm trying to think the Dead by Daylight. It spawned all the asymmetrical type gameplay. They went crazy with the asymmetrical type gameplay. Now you had all this 4 versus 1 shit coming out of left field, like Friday the 13th. That game died. Like this new one,
Chainsaw Massacre looks crazy. Texas Chainsaw Massacre looks nuts.
I
cannot wait.
We in there.
Oh, dude. Oh man, I can't wait.
Yep.
That shit gonna be, and that's gonna be like a 3 on like 4 type scenario. Like, cause it's three killers in that shit versus
Game
like 4
Pass,
survivors.
baby.
Yo, I'm doing you dirty right now. You said, I swear, Oz got a Game Pass tattoo on his cheeks.
Game Pass. That's right. Game Pass, baby. Day 1. Yeah, day 1. Game Pass, baby.
Day and date, baby.
Game Pass.
Y'all lucky.
Come on. Dude, this is probably the best year that they had in a real long fucking time.
Okay, it just started. Relax. They're saying that all this stuff is coming out, and to be fair, it probably will. But at the same time, I don't take Xbox seriously until the game actually drops.
Hey,
their
I
didn't even know what was going into Game Pass, so it's like,
yeah.
I better play that shit, man.
Oh yeah.
Man, if Dead Island is a good game, like, I'm the type of person, I love zombies. I'm a whore for zombie games. I can't help it. So instantly I saw this gameplay. I'm like, oh, this actually looks cool. So it's on my radar, but there's so much stuff coming out. This game's coming out.
But I forgot about the fact that it's co-op too. So like that's gonna add another cool element of just fun to it. Cause like anything's fun with your homies, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you got your homies in there, you can experience it together, and y'all just go at the woes and the victories together.
Yeah,
so,
no, I feel you with that. Is this game open world, or I don't think it is, right?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, it's like, yo, how are we maneuvering around in this shit? They didn't really explain that in the game, like the traversal, none of that shit. That's why it looks so.
I know,
Red.
The thing is, it's not Dying Light. There's not going to be any parkour shit.
No, it's not going to be that. Definitely.
Yeah. So we definitely have to temper expectations.
And that's what I like about Redfall. Redfall is actually open world. You know, Redfall is actually somewhat open world.
Yeah, because they didn't really say nothing. Like, is it gonna be like yeah, this shit really got some more explaining to do, like far as in the world and shit, far as in that. Because like they did
I'm
show you
assuming it will
going
be.
through like you went through a house, a mansion and shit like that. So it did fairly looked it open and that led into another
Yeah,
space. You was in a guy's backyard that it showed some shit. So I could
I'm
see it
sure.
being that.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure it is. You know,
Like,
sure it
open
followed
area at
the
least.
original. You know.
The game
Yeah.
is coming out relatively soon, and we're just now seeing like a serious gameplay demonstration. Like we've seen like little things here and there, but yeah, I this is a game that I won't day one, but I'm interested. Hopefully,
Is it
it's
gonna
a
have
big game.
crossplay?
That's another question I'm not sure about. But I like what I see this far. Any final thoughts on Dead Island? Because definitely have to wrap
No,
it up.
I definitely like what I see too.
Blake, you there?
I definitely might give it a try.
Yeah, I think Blake has left the building.
I'm here.
All right, any thoughts on Dead Island 2 gameplay? Just to have your general thoughts.
Well, it was a breath of fresh air compared to that Dying Light too. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Tell like you sucked ass. What a horrible game.
So
I don't think it's. I don't think it's a. I don't
It
think
ain't
it's a
horrible, bro.
It's a
garbage game.
letdown. No, it's not horrible.
It
It's
is
a
a
horrible letdown.
disappointment. It's
a
a
horrible letdown.
disappointment. There's some things in there that I think is cool about Dying Light 2, but they just missed the mark on some key things that they needed to get down. That's how it is. And sad. I think they just tried to do too much, man. They tried to do too much, and it overwhelmed them. So
performance was trash, and then you get up in there and you realize, okay, this is a gear game. Okay, I thought I could have played Division or Destiny. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you had to build your character up. Like, okay, this is an RPG.
Wulong, you can play it if you do the New Zealand trick.
Yeah.
Or State of Decay. State of Decay was a good zombie game too. Part
the
2 was good
original,
too.
yeah. Two
two's
might
good.
be good now, but when that game launched, I played that game like months, like almost a year after it came out. I'm a mute you, Sync, because gameplay, I can hear it. But I muted you. But what was I gonna say? But overall, when it comes to, I don't even remember. But State of Decay 2, well, that game was not a good game when it first came out, and not for a while afterwards. That's what I have to say. I was glitching underneath the map, so that was definitely bad, and that was a good time after the
It's
game
not like
dropped.
Yeah, they fixed that shit though. No.
Okay, that's good. I mean, eventually it became a good game. But any final thoughts on Dead Island 2, guys? No, good. All right, so Blake, good.
It looked like a solid game. It looked pretty cool with the claws, the Wolverine claws, and the way you could dismember the zombies. Like one of them, their eyeball came out the socket.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
I love the gore. It's interesting. But it's coming out in a very like hectic time. It's coming out like I think the middle of April. It's like, holy fuck! There's just too much, man. Too much.
Yeah. So, I mean, it looks solid. It looks solid, and then there's something to play with somebody co-op. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
With like you said, with everything else coming out, like RE4, and then I don't know what else is coming out in April, but after that, then you got Zelda, and then you got Street Fighter and Final Fantasy, all these games. I mean,
April got Star Wars, Jedi.
And I'm hoping for Silent Hill 2 to come out this year.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
And Star Wars is gonna be one of them big games in that month, and then you got the Dead Island too. Then okay.
Yeah. But
I'm hoping for Silent Hill 2.
Yo, East, what? So, pretty much we're at the end of the show. East, what you got cooking up in regards to what you're doing with Twitch, or if you're doing YouTube as well? Like, let us know what you got going on, bro.
Well, every day I'm on Twitch. Usually, y'all can catch the streams.
All right, I'm gonna post the link to your channel.
Yeah, y'all can catch me over there. I'm really not a YouTuber. I do throw things on the YouTube and like far as in gameplay walkthroughs and stuff like that. Things that's interested in me that I want somebody to see. I throw it up on there like certain feats and things like that. But mainly I'm a streamer, so I'll be over there on Twitch, man. So y'all can come over there anytime. Hit the follow button, see me over there, whatever it is. Like I chat with anybody, we talk, we play many different types of games over there. We just not sitting over there playing Call of Duty. We play multiple things. So come over there and catch some immersive gaming, man.
Word.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, he's good, people's man. I was
I
watching you
appreciate
struggle. I was watching you struggle with
yeah.
Hogwarts, but you beat it. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, they had me on Hogwarts. Basically, I was on hard mode with no potions, and on the last boss fight, and I wasn't going back to the room of requirement to get no more potions. So I'm like, yo, y'all gonna watch me struggle and try to get through this with no hits. We did it though, but I appreciate y'all for inviting me to the
Oh yeah,
the 2REAL4FEELS podcast,
Hell yeah,
episode 16,
yes,
featuring the one and
you were
only. I appreciate y'all.
you were a great inclusion, man. I really appreciate you coming through. Great insight. You just mad
Definitely.
chill,
Chat was cool
dude.
too.
Yes, yeah, I
Oh,
appreciate it.
Yeah,
man.
I'm a humble guy,
Same.
man. Humble as they come.
Cool,
That's what's up.
cool peoples, man.
Yeah, but anything, Blake, you want to say to the chat, or are you gonna start your own YouTube? Let us know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know.
Famous last
You know what?
words?
Famous last words. Lemonade. Leon sucks. I don't know. Nah. I think the this podcast is pretty cool. We got to talk about a lot of games that we like, dislikes, and things like that. I definitely would like to or look forward to the next one.
Hell yeah, love to have you on.
Yeah, so it was cool talking to you guys about all these games and whatnot.
Word. Yep. Sync, you got anything going on, or you have any famous last words to the chat?
Nope. I appreciate you having me on. It's nice being here with you guys, and look forward to the next time. Oh, and it was a great meeting conference.
Yep.
No doubt, King. No doubt, boy. Good to meet you too, dog.
Word.
Yeah, same here, man. Definitely.
Yes, sir, Blake.
And also to the people watching too. You guys are cool.
Man, chill with it. Oz, you got anything to say to the chat or anything you
Yeah,
want to promote?
I can't wait. I can't wait for that new Resident Evil movie where Jill is gonna fuck a Leon right in the ass.
Oh my goodness.
Balls deep. Balls.
Oh my god.
I don't even know if Lemonade is even still watching. I don't know.
I hope he is. Balls.
You're mad as hell, dude.
And another thing,
worst, bro.
I just wanted to say something on that Final Fantasy. I hope y'all didn't kind of draw nobody away from the game by telling y'all it's not going to be no difficulty options there. Because give it a shot still. You might still find out this shit still be able to be playable for yourself. No,
I'm still gonna try it. I'll keep an open mind. I'll try it.
I mean, you always try demos, so I can't really say it. Like, if a developer gives you a shot, like you typically are always willing to indulge, except for that Forspoken. I mean, for good reason, though. But
not even on
it was
the main
okay.
page.
That was
not
okay.
even on the main page anymore. It's
That's
that
okay.
bad.
This game is really great. This game is actually good. No, this game sucks.
It was okay. It was okay. Then fucking Hi-Fi just fucking literally blew it off the fucking map. Like, yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, they did that game dirty. And people have been giving me shit over. Like, it's crazy. People have been giving me shit over Forspoken. An irrelevant fucking game, bro. Like, can we at least give me shit for something that actually, that Square Enix or like the parent company of said game actually gives a fuck about themselves? Like, are we really gonna get, stir controversy, stir the Twitter pot over fucking Forspoken of all games? Like, come on, man. I didn't even bother debating with people. If you like the game, love the game. I ain't telling you not to. But you gonna come in my mention saying I shouldn't have I shouldn't be allowed to speak because it's about a fucking irrelevant ass already dead game that you happen to like, which is perfectly up to you. No, I have the right to speak. I'm not going to sit here and allow people to dictate what I can and can't say because it hurts your fucking feelings. This is the 2REAL4FEELS podcast for a reason, motherfucker, and I live by that shit.
Word, definitely 100%. And that game sucks ass.
You stand on what you believe.
I'm so happy. I think it's hilarious that they built up this game for fucking ever, and one silent drop fucking destroyed it. Shadow Drop fucking destroyed it. Stealth Drop fucking destroyed it.
The demo destroyed it. Yeah, the demo kind of did fuck that game.
No. The same day they dropped that game came out. Right, Forgotten came out. It came out. It was the same day Hi-Fi Rush came out. It was the same exact day.
Oh, you talking about that element?
Yeah. A silent drop, a shadow drop that came out again. No one thought this game was coming out.
Right? It did.
It did 2 million copies. 2 million copies. Yeah.
And then they got baked back into Square Enix. So it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Put bullshit out, man. That's all.
I mean, look, man. Just let people speak. If you love the game, that's great. I'm happy for you. Like anybody that has a great gaming experience, even with a game that I think is annoying as fuck. Like I think Saints Row is a bastardization to Saints Row as a franchise. I think it's completely a bastardization. But people told me, hey, like I understand that the game isn't like adhering to the franchise, but I had fun with it. I'm like, cool, man. I'm glad you had fun with the fucking game. I'm not gonna try and tell you not to have fun with your game, man. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just gonna talk about what I want to talk about. And can we just coexist? Like with you playing the games that you like and me being able to discuss the industry and my issues with the industry.
Yeah. That's why I like Hi-Fi so much, because it's that old school, earn everything in a fucking game feel. I don't gotta pay for anything else.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's a solid game.
It was cool ass characters, good voice acting,
price range, good
free.
Game.
Yeah.
I mean, not free. It's a Game
Pass
Pass
$40,
game, but it's I thought it was 30.
Yeah, 30, 40 around there.
But real quick, guys, we gotta wrap it up. It's mad late, but look, guys, if you haven't, drop a like. It really helps the channel. It was a great show. Thank you so much, East, for coming through. It was really good having you. We'd love to have you again. Blake, Oz, and KingSink. It was awesome having you guys. TJ dropped in. He gave his 2 cents. He put Oz in his place. Always appreciate that. So big thank you to TJ for coming through. Guys, I will be live streaming the NACON event, which is March 9th. I will live stream the event if I can find
RoboCop, baby.
Yes, so they're going to be discussing RoboCop. That is the thing that I'm the one game I'm super hyped for. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. I'm hoping to see some good things from those devs over there. I'm excited, man. RoboCop is cool. I know Blake's a big fan of RoboCop. He's also confined in me, and also Oz is also a RoboCop fan. So we RoboCop dudes over here. So
I met RoboCop. I met RoboCop.
You did. That's pretty cool. You told me that.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, man. Really helps me out. I always got something going on. If I talk about something, just know and believe it's going to be with passion, because I don't bother with talking about shit that I don't care about or issues that I don't care about. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for coming through real quick. Thank you so much, channel members. I'm Rich Swag Alert, Hustle and Motivate, Our Carry, Get This Work, AB Limits, Alex vs. Evil, Butch Luffy, RC Scott, John Shepard. Thank you guys so much. It really means so much that you believe in an asshole like me, okay? And thank you so much, everyone in the chat. Anarchy 4K, Alex vs. Evil, Damon's Ghost, I'm Rich Swag Lord, the Lemonade King, Words of Paradise. Thank you so much. I got, honestly, y'all too kind to me. Bowsette came through, had to go. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much also for the donations, man. You're too kind. Totally didn't have to. Blaze 4K, thank you so much. Zeno, the producer, thank you so much. Michael Joe, thank you so much, everyone. Rezi came through as well. That's my art dude. Awesome guy. Definitely have to have him on as well. Andre B. Venom, thank you so much. Like, if I missed anyone, it wasn't on purpose, wasn't intentional. I get so much support, man. Don't think I don't see it. I definitely try to keep up with the chat as much as I can. This is episode 16 of the 2REAL4FEELS podcast. Catch y'all again in 2 weeks. Hopefully we'll have these dudes back on again, have some fun talking gaming and entertainment with y'all. With that being said, we are out. Peace.
Peace out.
Sister's
Peace out, y'all.
ass.